Breaking news out of Placer County. 16-year-old Kiely Rodni.
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 Kiely Rodni is
Kiely Rodni.
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 Kylie 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 Rodni. Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Maya Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie. Kylie.
Kylie Rodni.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm not sure you could. They say time heals everything, but I'm still waiting. I'm through with doubt. There's nothing left for me to figure out. I've paid a price, and I'll keep paying. I'm not ready to be nice. I'm not ready to back down. I'm still mad as hell, and I don't have time to go round and round and round. It's too late to make it right. I probably wouldn't if I could. 'Cause I'm mad as hell, can bring myself to do what it is you think I should. I know you said, can't you just get over it? It turned my whole world around. I kinda liked it. In my bed and sleep like a baby with no regrets, and I don't mind saying it's a sad, sad story that a mother will teach her daughter that she ought to hate a perfect stranger. And how in the world can the words that I said when somebody go over the edge and get a writing a letter saying that I better shut up and sing all my life with your love. I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. I'm still mad as hell, and I don't have time to go round and round and round. It's too late to make it right. I probably wouldn't if I could. 'Cause I'm mad as hell, can bring myself to do what it is.
Shoot, I lost myself. What up, Kylie's crew? Y'all, listen. I can't let this case go. And the more that I dig, how you doing, Crane?
What's
up, chat? Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's a rough, look, these 3 days here are really rough for me. One, because what people don't realize is I was coming out of celebrating my own deceased brother's birthday. August 4th is my brother Chris's birthday. And I didn't know about Kiely Rodni until August 9th. And let me tell you, Crane, and I know you feel the same way, It's just something, the more that you look at what is hidden, what nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to take calls, answer emails. I mean, released legally by FOIA, public records. It's crazy. Crane, how you doing?
I'm crying.
That was Mark's video, and I tell you what,
Mark.
the
Beautiful.
fact that he picked, one, the chicks, two, have y'all watched that video? Like, did you see what all he compiled together there? And it's crazy to me, Crane,
Yes.
that you have all of these players. Look, whether they were hired to pretend a little something, something, I don't know. It doesn't matter in the sense that somebody promoted to the death of Kiely Rodni, and still 2 years later, if they have nothing to hide, why is nobody making statements from Tammy and Walter Ennis, the owners of the RV park, that this alleged picture of a screen of a video, that's not Kiely Rodni. And it's really crazy that the girl that met her in the last year to the coming months recently is the one that's, I mean, she's like the cover girl for it all. It's crazy to me, you know? And what people don't know is since SF, if you watched it happen in real time from the beginning, all these people that came and stuck and just, they talked, and I love when people talk. It made me do a lot of research. And it made me realize that some people that came out to YouTube, which our government is known for, I'm not going to say crisis actors because that is not what is happening here. Not what's happening. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to present, because it's public knowledge, it's public documentation. I want to explain to everybody and kind of show in my own format while we learn, we educate each other. There's just, somebody has to be held accountable. Whether it's the person that took her life, promoted to the delinquency and death of a minor, obstructed justice, knowingly took payment or a favor or whatever to sweep the death of this child under the rug, something's really fucking wrong with you. But the more I pay attention to it, the more I got to dig in certain directions. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering what the hell I've been doing. So let me just show you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to Kiely Rodni's folder. I know it's really small on your screen. You can zoom in. If you see your name in a folder, don't automatically jump the handle and think that I got some dirt on you unless you seeming like you got something to hide. Then, I don't know. I just like knowledge. I like research. And so that's what we're going to do. It's 2 years later, and we are still researching to honor Kiely Rodni because her death should not go in vain. Somebody made the call and the decision to put her car in that water. That sweet little girl did not drive herself into that water. Sorry. Show me. Because your autopsy tells me that poor child did not drown. There's no water in her lungs. And it's just crazy how... Crane. Uh-oh. They don't like me. They don't like me. Anyway, so where I'm at now is I am trying to put the cameras together. My dog's already... Look, my dog doesn't do this until I go live. Seriously, I haven't been live in how long? Crane will be back. I don't know what's going on. Everything about my connection right now is a little wonky, but it'll be okay. I can't take nothing off my nothing. Let me see if I could do that. I could do that. Okay. So I've been keeping this Cal Fire, the Cal OES, or anything to do with like NV energy, and I've been keeping it documented from the beginning of time, I guess you could say, from the beginning of Kiely. If my video is still, if I'm still live streaming, can you all throw a 1 up in chat, please? Something. Because my computer's acting ridiculous right now. So is my dog. It's like my dog is telling me, don't hit that live button, but we must. So pretty much what I've been doing is saving frame by frame every picture that is in, I think I started doing August 6th. I grabbed all of the Alder Hill, and then I also grabbed a hold of all of the Tahoe Donner cam footage. And then what I've done is I've taken each individual folder, because each individual folder has thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Look, y'all, I downloaded 1.5 million images from a public college database. You know, it's right there. They gave us the link. SF gave us the damn link. Remember when that was circulating around? You remember that cam shit? And they like did that weird thing where they like took it offline, and then SF was like, "Oh yeah." I don't know if STEM KB handed him the file or what the hell that was. Or it's weird that police didn't release it. Nobody in law enforcement released much anything. They only told us 3 things for certain, right? One was a definite lie, because look, you're standing behind saying that is Kiely Rodni at that Hirschdale RV Deli, and I'm telling you, it's not. And I'm glad more people see it too. I'm really thankful for y'all. Y'all keep me driven. So I've taken each individual folder, 1.5 million. I went through each individual frame to see when the cameras exactly are pointed on Prosser Reservoir. That's all I'm interested in. That's all I've been interested in. Because since ain't nobody talking about it, nobody wants to answer phone calls or emails or FOIA requests, public records requests. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's really crazy to me. For an accident, you would think that, like, look, when somebody dies naturally, they memorialize somebody, and they, like, why are people being all hostile and going there and wrecking her memorial and stuff? See what I'm saying? Like, it's just everything around her case just.
Can you explain that to me, Shan?
Keeps playing.
I'm sure there's people,
what?
Other people who aren't
dog
aware of that.
Just knows that I'm live, and I don't know what it is. She always growls whenever I go live. Probably because I open my mouth.
I think it's just your emotions get worked up, and she can feel it. Can you please touch on that subject, because I really didn't get to hear much about it. Her memorial being destroyed.
Yeah, but that ain't even the thing. Is a handful of people got together. I think CC went out and did it first, and then Miss G, CB, 2 other people, I know who it is, went out to Prosser, and they kind of added to Kiely's memory, which is great. That's what I'm gonna stay focused on. I ain't staying focused on that negative shit. But yes, somebody went there. I don't know if CC doesn't know if they ran it over or if they purposely did it, but they destroyed everything there, including like that jar that they all put like them little mementos, memory there. I don't know why Jagger put his ID in there. And that always struck me odd for some reason. I don't know.
Like some witchcraft stuff going on there.
That
is so sad. But yes, let's just focus on the positive. My goodness. That's on them. That's so evil.
Crane, I'm telling, there's some crazy stuff that this camera has picked up. But I'm not interested in people taking walks or hikes or stuff like that. Like, I wanted to truly just stay focused on the fire camps. Yeah, Cece did an incredible job. I should play her video. I wonder if
she made a video.
Dude, I included her. That's why, I said I wanted to go live at 9. And I said I was working on the adding to the intro. I had more people send me audio clips. If you do not hear your voice in the intro for Say Her Name, just send me a little voice clip of you saying Kiely Rodni or Justice for Kiely Rodni or whatever you want, as long as it says Kiely Rodni, as long as you're saying her name. I will add your name to, and like every so often, I'm going to update, because there's still lots more to that song that I can just keep expanding out and adding people's names.
I love what you did, the little changes you made. I love it.
I had to include Cece, and if y'all saw that little snippet, because I want to make sure that I still drive all the traffic to her channel. I will go get the link to her new memorial. Unless she hops here in chat and says it's okay that I play it, I'm not going to play it. I would rather drive Same with Mr. Mark. I need to get his. Why won't anything let me click on it? All right, let me reopen YouTube. Let me get 2 channel links. One.
Is there any moderators that could drop up?
I have no idea. I don't know. Let me go to history.
Hey, everybody in chat.
Copy link address.
Oh,
okay, y'all.
Girana.
This is Mr. Mark's channel. Y'all, I highly recommend going and pausing, because if you guys stay up on what we talk about in the channel, a lot of the wonderful things people talk about in chat, I am so thankful for people that do come forward and do talk about things. It's just there's certain people that their behavior struck me as just not organic, you know? And they just always stayed in the back of my mind. And, you know, some days you're just sitting, you're tinking around, you're always like, you know, that kind of fits to that. And like, the more you think about it, you're like, I should probably look into that. And that's what I've been doing. I've been looking into a lot of things with the fire camps, Oh, yes. We're going to do some reading tonight. Let me get, Illuminated Mind dropped the 2 videos recently. Let me copy link address. Look, there are so many channels out there that are still dropping Kiely videos. I have included Illuminated Minds saying Kiely in the new intro. True story. We should listen to it again because I really like it. I really like saying her name. And it's crazy because when you make something that's positive and it's saying her name and it's showing pictures of her and it's telling her story, how people get weird and they start like, I don't know, attacking you over showing some respect for a little girl that somebody took her life, is responsible for her passing away, and put her vehicle with her remains in that water. Or release an autopsy that shows me that she had water in her lungs and she was completely wasted and she was doing all these drugs. Because look, the stories that you allowed your PR people and Sammy Smith to come forth and say is crazy. And then you as law enforcement, how you didn't like give us a timeline, you didn't confirm, or you just called everything fake news. That's some crazy ass PR pulling shit there, you know? And then when you pay attention to the politics part of what's going on in the world, and you see the same patterns happening between a certain party of people, and then you go back to the beginning of Kiely and you remember hearing stuff about certain people that are political, that knows somebody that knows somebody, it helps sweep some Kiely Rodni stuff under the rug. And then CC, I was watching all kinds of videos today about Kiely. If you don't notice, this is my history. Here it is right here. Look, CC, don't be mad at me. I got to play this tribute video, and then I will drop the link for it, y'all, because this is just, I love this one.
I can't wait.
The show. It's beautiful. It makes me want to cry. Y'all have no idea. God bless this girl. Both of them. You see what this girl did? This is CCTV, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? Is that not gorgeous?
I'm crying again.
I know. I know. I really try hard to not watch stuff like this because it does, dude. Like, this little girl deserves justice, but just the glowing, and it reminds me of underwater. It kind of trips me out, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes. And I'm so are you, CC.
I got to play this the whole way through without talking. But let me grab her link before I... All right, let's do it. woof, that hits me in my feels like real hard.
I'm pretty sure she made that picture that she put onto like a wood plank or whatever.
It was gorgeous.
Did you see that? Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to speak for her, but I think
Yes.
she made that.
She does.
I mean, I know she made all
very
of it.
crafty. Dude, she did all the rocks. She got the rocks and painted them and did that for Kiely. Huh.
Beautiful. Phew.
Look. Okay, so I gotta stay focused because it gets me all up in my feels. The water part of the aspect of all of this, the forestry, all of it, like I've heard so many different branches of so many different things, and now it's finally starting to come together for me, at least. Okay, at least who how can I say this? Who made the calls? That's the word I want to use, right, Crane? The people that made the calls for the search and rescue effort for Kiely Rodni? Is that
yes?
That's okay. All right. So right off the cuff, like I've been trying to learn how to understand that damn footer, because nobody will talk about nothing around Kiely Rodni's case. So the only thing that I can continue to do is research for myself and learn. You know, this has been one hell of a learning process. So I'm going to just explain to you really quick. Let me see if I can find a footer that I should just make a video and explain it quicker, but this is a picture. All right, so let me just re-explain, and I know this is why I want to just make a video on it. So when you look at the fire cameras, they're a little bit different now. They're in 360, which is great because it's always pointed on processor now. Ain't that convenient? At least that's one thing that came out of this. This is the company that sponsors, I guess I want to say. Is that the word? That's the word, right? Right, Crane? The sponsor of who helps keep the camera up and
I'm not sure, honey.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I'm just going to go over the bottom. The very first thing, the axis is where the location of whatever is. I am going to make this in a full video just so that it's there when I go to release the fire cams. Because you're going to kind of want to know all this stuff if you're looking at it and you're trying to play I Spy and you're trying to understand what's going on. So this is the elevation. The x-axis would be the horizon, horizontal. Okay, so the x-axis would go this way and y-axis goes up and down, north and south, whatever you want to say. And then the Z on the camera, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. The Z would be the zoom. And then this is where I'm at right now, is researching what branch of what government, who has what connections, because it's something that needs to be done. There was so many government and federal agencies on top of state and local law enforcement. I mean, I don't understand why there's no answers. Because their answer that it was an accident and she did it herself because she was so drunk and whatever, the autopsy doesn't know. Nope. Anyway, so the CAL FIRE NEU, we're going to be learning a little bit on this tonight. Who they would dispatch out, stuff like that. And then followed by, I guess, yeah, you would say who's dispatched. Followed by I don't know if you would call it the ranger or the employee or what you would call it there. But this is the person that has logged in to this camera on, we'll just say this date, and the timestamp of what time they, would you call it, Crane? Manned the video? Because you can watch them, like when you watching the camera, I'm gonna show you guys all, they like move it around. They can move it to wherever they want. I've learned a lot by researching and teaching myself how these fire cams actually do operate, what this footer means, because people just left that shit out, and they wonder why people speculate on things. Is because they left everything up in the air. Case closed. If y'all have not caught Cotton Candy's live she did the other night, I think it's just called Kiely Rodni Chat is another one I should drop the link to. It's really good. Amber gets up on there. Bless that girl. And I'm really glad that she talks about the government aspects of things. She's actually a smart cookie. Anyway, so this is the log of the person. This is the date they logged it, what time they logged in. I'm going to assume, based upon what I've seen so far, that the copyright is to Nevada Seismo Labs, which holds their data, which I don't understand why it's not behind a password or an SSL or encrypted or something like that, you know? I don't understand why it's not. But that is who, I guess, owns the fire cam, I guess. And then this will be the timestamp of the current situation, whatever. And then this is where it is broadcasted nationally. So now that I've explained that, let's move it along. We're learning tonight. Over 150 sworn officers. Yeah, that's what it felt like, Drift. It really, really did. Felt like they already made their minds up of which way this case was going to go before, like, they even looked for this little girl. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like they spent more time making it go away. That's why it doesn't look like there's much of an effort. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So I just kind of want to give you an idea of, like, why I'm looking at what I am right now, because I want to understand Cal OES's system. So I figure that we might as well go to their geological website, which that's where I found myself, which was right here, which is the Northern California Geographic Coordination Center. Tell you what, I like this place. I've been clicking around, checking shit out. You want to do some of it live? Well, the reason why I was curious about it is because I wanted to see if they updated this guide by chance, and they did. They definitely did. So I just want to show you this first, and then we'll go back to this website. And then what I want to do is I want to go through the 2022, because that's the year it would apply. I want to go through their mobilization guide. And look, Crane, just in the first, like, I started at chapter 10, which is mission statement. Don't worry, y'all. I'm making a video for you.
Oh, no.
Video. Like, we're going to do it live, but there is a video that is coming that just, it lays it all out for you. And when you, Crane, but look, this shit's going to blow your mind. You ready to have your mind blown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I found this because I had a file on my computer that was a guide for their agency's response. Like that type of stuff has to be public knowledge anyway, you know? But it's crazy because it makes so many ties for me, at least for me. Oh, Mom First. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So here's what's crazy. First, I'm going to point out that the 2022 guide is 235 pages long. Okay. And they're both pretty similar. They have the same whatever, except for there's definitely some things have been changed in this. So 2022's is 235 pages long. 2023's is only 212. So there's what? 21 pages have changed? 23? Yeah. 23 pages have been taken away. They've been updated. Oh no, and I'm curious about this because I've been hearing a lot of different people, totally different conversations, mention like 5 of these damn agencies. That's all. And I'm really interested in learning in what each one of those department, I guess you would say. It all makes sense to me in my brain. How about you? How about you, Crane? Is it making some sense to you? The way that I'm trying to explain it?
Yes. I'm still a little lost in a couple areas.
It's okay. When I start reading,
I'll get it.
You'll get right into it. Okay, so when I went to this website, I just wanted to see, because we hear often about Cal OES is who did whatever, right? Come on, why isn't it showing me the partner site now? That's weird. Oh, there it is. So it's crazy because like Cal OES is a state ran and appointed government, right? I'm learning, Crane. This is crazy how much I've learned from all this.
I'm proud of you.
So Cal OES is part of Homeland Security. Okay, one. which is it really kind of blows my mind. Okay. And then when you scroll down here, there's like the see something, say something. This right here, there's nobody even appointed to the California Cybersecurity Integration Center. There's nobody appointed to this bracket right here, just so you know. I could show you. See, it's vacant. The Commander California Cybersecurity Integration Center is currently vacant. The seat is vacant. So that's scary. Anyway, so I was just looking through people that we could contact to get some answers, you know? These people should know a whole lot about search and rescue. I mean, they're the ones that set all the rules, right? Right. And now, and as far as I know, because I don't know if their Homeland Security person, Tom Osborne, this is what I got to look up myself. I need to find out if he was the Homeland Security main Cal OES dude in 2022. I'm still learning. Same with this guy. Like, I need to check on that before I speak on that. See how much I'm learning, Crane? People think that she's like, she ain't going live. She ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry. I'm very busy. I'm very busy. Look, I have so many vegetables. I'm stoked. But also, I'm trying to do Kiely a solid. Look, and all they simply had to do is say, look, you're responsible. You are an adult. You promoted to the delinquency and death of this child, and charge somebody, maybe a handful of people, you know, couple people. But as far as this went, it makes me realize it's much deeper, much deeper. So pretty much these first couple pages, first 7 pages, it's just the contents of the book. And it's long. Y'all ready? I'll read this live, but don't worry. A video is coming where like it's all put together and good, and it'll just make sense and not me bullshitting and stumbling and fumbling around. Y'all want a live? This is what I've been doing, so this is what we're gonna do together. It's all for Kiely. It honestly still is. All right, so this is, I don't know why they call it a mob guide, but it is the California Interagency Mobilization Guide. Okay, so I went straight from the table of contents to their main thing, and it's really crazy. Like off the cuff, like you can tell that they're associated anyway, for the simple fact of their mission statements are pretty damn. I mean, this one's straight to the point. Homeland Security, our Homeland Security mission is we protect California by leveraging partnerships. Listen. Bolstering capabilities, illuminating threats, sharing intelligence, and advancing the Homeland Security strategy. Okay. This is crazy, Crane. Never did I thought I would be down these rabbit holes, but it is. Mm-hmm. It's a must. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is the mob guide, and this is their mission statement. The principal mission of the California Geographic Area Coordination Center, which is the website I just showed you, the GACC, is the cost-effective and timely coordination of Wildland Protection Agency emergency response for wildfire and all risk incidents. This is accomplished through planning, situation monitoring, and expediting resource usage between the Forest Services, the USFS, California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, which is CAL FIRE, the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, National Park Services, the NPS, Fish and Wildlife Services, the FWS, Bureau, this is crazy. Ready, Crane? The Bureau of Indian Affairs, the BIA, which is kind of ones, you know? I'm part some of that. National Weather Service, that's crazy. And the Governor's Office of Emergency Services, which is Cal OES, okay? And I know you recall me talking about, I don't know, like 4 of these already, right? Right? You see, y'all see?
Yeah.
You see the grants? See what they're for? Okay. And the fire cams are part of this because it's a part of their fire spark alert system. That's why we're here. This is crazy. All right. The California Interagency Mobilization Guide identifies standard procedures which guide the operations of multi-agency logistical support activity throughout the coordination system. So that's the map. That's the map of California. They are there to mobilize whatever they need. Interagency, which is from agency to agency, like they have a good system. You see? Right, Crane? That's what they're telling us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. It's deep. It really is. But we need to learn together, right? This is the part I was getting scared of, and I was like, shoot, better go live. It'll give me a push, and it'll help me make a video. And I'll learn something from it, you know? Let's learn. Let's learn with the squirrels and Kiely. For Kiely. Yikes, dude. Okay. And this includes other cooperating agencies. The California Interagency Mobilization Guide. Wait, where am I at? With the exception of it. No, I am. Okay. It identifies their standard procedures, which guide the operations of multi-agency logistical support activity throughout the coordinating system. So that's like, it's like a military, right? Like a military response almost. I'm pretty sure it is, you know? Anyway. Great. I hate it.
They're all connected. I'm sorry.
I hate it. I hate it. Ugh. Okay, but that's with the exception of an initial attack response plan, okay? All resource orders outside of the local forest and units will be processed utilizing the standard ordering process and the current system of record. I like that word. Okay. This includes prescribed fire and project resource requests. This guide is intended to facilitate interagency dispatch coordination. Man, and then I read some text between 2 locals, and man, this shit's all just really making sense for me. I need to get a video out with that the conversation on there too, because it all goes together. Ensuring the timeliest and most cost-effective incident support services available are provided. Wow. The California Interagency Mob Guide is designed to accommodate amendments as needed and will be retained as current material until amended, which they did amend this year. But this, we have to read 2022 because that's where it would apply. The California Interagency Mob Guide is used to supplement the National Interagency Mob Guide. This guide is governed by each of the signatory agencies' policies and procedures. That's crazy. Additional information not found in this reference can be obtained by contacting this state GACC. Look, they have emergency command centers, dispatch centers. See, all of this, like even their dispatch, all of that would be recorded. This is what they're telling us right here. See? All resource orders outside of local forest units will be processed utilizing the standard ordering process and the current system of record. So they record everything. I mean, they do record everything. It's like they kept it and didn't want to show the world, though. That's where public records come in. It's just crazy to me. And then I can't stop thinking about the actual, what the MAIT report is actually called. And they literally are doing a CHP fatality traffic collision report. What happened? What happened to Kiely Rodni? Because it sounded like she was not breathing before she went in that water. So something. It's crazy going on. All right. This state is divided into 6 California fire and rescue mutual aid regions to facilitate the coordination of fire and rescue mutual aid. Through the system, the Governor's Office of Emergency Services, Governor's Office. So that's Cal OES. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Fire Rescue Division is informed of conditions, the occurrence or imminent threat of disaster in each local, operational, and regional area of the state. This communication involves the various local, operational, regional, state, and federal fire agencies and their respective communication centers mentioned in this guide. Ooh, okay. So this is geographic. So this would be the whole, this applies to the whole area, and then I want Northern California. So I'm going to read both of these two. Am I boring you? I'm sorry if I am. But this has to happen. This is part of me getting the fire cams out in so that people understand them. I also would like somebody that has like a background in what is called pixel shift when it comes to cameras being mounted and the wind blowing and they're on a fucking pole. It would be what the image like does a pixel shift from the wind hitting the camera. Anyway, so the Geographic Area Coordination Centers, there are 2 GACCs within the state of California, and they will follow established mobilization procedures identified in the National Interagency Mobilization Guide. The GACCs act as focal points, for internal and external requests not fielded at the unit level. Each GACC's federal and CAL FIRE duty chief, through their dispatching and organization, are responsible for providing coordination of all national, regional, and unit resources located within their respective geographic area. Each duty chief must maintain awareness of the resource commitment and availability in order to enable adequate coordination between the neighboring GACCs, which means the other agencies of which they're doing work with. Yeah, okay, we got that. Okay, so Northern California, Northern Operation. NOPS. What? This is what's crazy. North Ops provides coordination and dispatch services for the Northern California National Forest. You ready? Bureau of Land Management, the National Park Services, Fish and Wildlife Service, Bureau of Indian Affairs, there it is again, CAL FIRE, there, and Pacific Islands for the NPS and FWS. You ready? CAL FIRE and FEMA assignments for Hawaii and Trust Territories of the Pacific Islands. North Ops is located in Redding. I think that's how y'all pronounce it out there, because that's how we pronounce it here in Pennsylvania. This is crazy. Okay, we don't need Southern California. I'm just learning away, you know? It's crazy. Just learning away. I love learning. How about you, Ray?
They're all BFFs. Time, full meetings. Sharing secrets.
All right, so I'm just going to skip through this because I don't think any of this is... Okay, incident priorities. When competition for resources occurs among the units, the GACC will use multi-agency coordination system MAX process to establish incident priorities. For MAX organization chart and refer to the charts beginning on page 5. I'm stoked. Okay. It's all here, just laid out. I love it. I love it. You learning? Yeah, Michael. So what I'm learning from this is they not only this is where it gets crazy. If y'all have been paying attention to like the world in the past like 4 years, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so that's just the attack. A planned response to wildfire. That's wildfire. So they're supposed to respond within the first 24 hours. Okay. Yeah, see, immediate need. This is what it would be. The intent of ordering immediate need resource is to provide the closest available resource using normal dispatching procedures to meet the incident specific need, which, I mean, that's probably all documented. All length of assignments rules apply to aviation resource personnel. You know what? I really hate this, Crane. Including aircraft pilots, notwithstanding the FAA and the agency's day off regulations, which they get what? They all take the weekend off. Isn't that what they do, Crane? Everything shuts down on the weekend in California. Look, I'm trying to put this out there in a logical sense, you know? If you know, you know, and you can start putting things together, but this is just crazy how it just the Cal OES system like connects a lot of dots for me. Y'all want me to read some more? We're learning for Kiely. We're researching for Kiely. It's a must. Nobody else wants to talk, so I gotta dig until, you know, it makes sense. Right. In order to limit disruption to operations, reduce strain on the ordering system, and reduce unnecessary mobilization and demobilization of these high-cost resources. Look, and then they like patted themselves on the back, and then after they were done, they went and paid $450K for an MRAP, did nothing for Kiely. This is crazy. This is crazy to me, Crane. I can't, dude. I think at this point, anybody that's following my channel, if you stay pretty up to date with my lives, you'll understand kind of what I'm talking about. Otherwise, all I could say is just go watch some of my other lives. It'll make sense. Yikes. Okay. Incident operating driving. For federal agencies, reference the interagency standards for fire and fire aviation operations. For CAL FIRE, reference the CAL FIRE Handbook 6400, which I have that. Ooh, what's this? CAL FIRE Handbook 7000 and 7060. Oh, huh. Okay. And the great thing is stuff like this, they can't keep from the public. Like this has to all be documented for the public to read. Okay, I don't care about the ordering system. Do I? Do I care about the ordering? So this is kind of like when they put, like if... This reminds me a lot of like this resource mobilization reminds me of like the grant process, kind of, sort of. Resource status shall be continually updated in current ordering. Okay, we don't care about IROCs. Okay. Notification of commitment. No, not wildfire, Pacific Crest. I need to find. Oh. Hey, remember when we kept hearing the word liaison around Kiely Rodni's case too? NMAC. Is that not the NMAC? What? CalMac Group, CalMac, Northern Mac Group. This does not sound.
I'd have to look into that. Looks like that's.
You know what this reminds me of, and it probably has nothing to do with nothing, but like just hearing so many Mac groups like that, it reminds me of like, remember the emails with Nancy Pelosi and they were all like all whatever. They were talking about getting Big Macs. I don't know, just kind of just popped in my head. Anyway, a MAC group typically consists of delegated, here we go with this word. Man. Here we go with this word, dude. If anybody is paying attention to politics right now, like, it's crazy how so much is just explains itself, kind of, sort of. A MAC group typically consists of delegated agency representatives who are authorized to commit agency resources and funds. Their function is to support incident management through coordinating their collective resources, sharing incident information. See, so the data's there, and implementing coordinated strategic policies to prevent and or combat growing emergencies. That's crazy. In order to accomplish this objective, the MAC group must establish a common operating plan. The area represented can be a city, county, operational area, region, such as one of the 6 Cal OES fire. Yeah, okay. Cal MAC group. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll deep dive it and I'll put it together. You know, might not make sense now, but it will probably in a couple of months from now. You know. Okay, so this is the Northern MAC group organizational chart. This is what it told me to refer to. Well, this is crazy. Okay, so the main group, the liaison or group, is Cal MAC. And then you have, okay, so Cal Fire would be here, which means it's either going to come from NorCal. Well, it's the same thing. They're all 3 the same. What the fuck? Do you see what's going on here? You got a main group, right? How come these are all NorCal MAC coordinator? So there's 4 people that coordinate this? Okay. So it's either a liaison or a group of people representing Cal MAC that reach out to 4 major coordinators, right? And then they branch out and contract to the county, the Bureau of Land Management. Holy shit. No, that makes sense to me, including Cal OES. And if you guys are not familiar with everything that's come out that everybody has researched and just kind of stayed paying attention to, and just keep it in the back of your mind. Dotted line denotes the agency that could represent during preparedness levels 4 and 5. Oh, shit. I have some questions for Zanime, though.
So it depends on what the level of the threat is, and
yeah.
depending if they need to use them.
Yeah. But if you notice here, there's 4 different already. They used at least 5, technically. 5 different resources. So there's no reason why they did not.
There's the
what did you find out? Like, there's no information. I'd just love to know what their data says, you know? And by public records, this is all federal. Like, this information should be declassified. Why isn't it? Declassify the Kiely Rodni files. I don't understand what's so hard about it. I mean, if you guys go watch Cotton Candy and listen to Amber talk, like, I really like listening to Amber. I like that she, like, answers questions. She really educate me a little bit. Matter of fact, she confirmed something on Cotton Candy's live that she did that I put in Discord, and I always just wondered on it because nobody would answer me, and she laid it all down.
She answered it, you said?
Dude, Department of Interior. Wait a second. Now, Sammy. Listen. What'd you say? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You were talking about Amber. Did she answer the question that you were looking for?
She just... Okay, so do you remember when... Because you know how I always look up on people to just make sure that they are who they say they are. Because on the internet, anybody can be anybody, okay? Let's just keep it real here. The internet's freaking wilding out. you know?
For sure.
I had made a connection myself on, like, if she, like, I was literally looking into her background. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, just to make sure. Remember when I was trying to just make sure that she was legitimately who she was, and it comes out that, like, as soon as she said I think she said her husband, the attorney husband, that was like, I'm sorry, but she's credible. She's credible. That was it for me. She's credible. On my own research, and she said something that I never asked her. I just looked and was like, okay, and I moved along. I just had a feeling that I could trust things that she was talking on. She's really smart whenever it comes to talking about, like, government responses and stuff like that. She's really smart about legalities and stuff. Okay, this is what? All right, man. Okay, the Northern California Multi-Agency Coordination Group, NorCal-MAC, acts as the geographic area authority to evaluate incident situation status reports and organizational resource status reports as provided by the Northern California Geographic Area Units. They're to provide oversight for the geographic area allocation of scarce and or limited resources based on established priorities. Like, these people know what the fuck they're doing. Crane. It's crazy.
I'm here. Sorry.
And even, like, Truckee PD, like, even if you go clear down the chain of everything, like, even Truckee PD has information on Kiely's case, and, like, nobody is releasing it for public media consumption when it should be public documentation, especially if it's just an accident, you know? But there isn't even an accident report, this fatality traffic collision, which is crazy that that's what they're calling it. What, because she collided with water? No. That poor little baby didn't even have water in her lungs. Come on. The Department of Interior agencies may be represented at MAC by one Department of Interior representative. Yo. That's crazy. Okay. So that's the Southern MAC group. We don't, yeah, because that's all, yeah, no, this don't apply. Let's keep on trucking. Okay, that's SoCal. Wildland agencies, North Ops. Where we got? What's this? Okay, so Sierra's is SICC. So I'm just scrolling through this stuff just so I can see what's listed in each. Okay, Grass Valley is GVCC. Okay, Grass Valley CC. Okay, all right. So there's two different units that they used in here. The Wildland Agency, but the National Interagency, the NICC. Yeah, because you have Grass Valley here. No, because this would be south. So it don't want to be that one. North Coast, Redding, St. Helena. No. Okay. Next. Okay, so this is about the agency staffing in the ECC. Oh. Okay, the objectives, policy, scope of operations, and administration. We're still on Chapter 10. The dispatch center's current ordering system of record designators are identified by the 4 letters in parentheses. Center is identified by intercom call sign, not the radio call sign. That's odd. Agency has staffing in the ECC. Okay, so this is the center, Northern California, GACC, and North Ops. C, federal, ONC. State, CNR. Then you got the CAL FIRE Northern Region, the Bureau of Land Management, California State Office. You could probably contact the NPS. All right. You could probably contact a lot of these places, actually. All right. I don't need none of this. This is... Yeah, it's all Southern. Skip into the next one. I just like looking at maps and stuff sometimes, you know. I know that I scrolled somewhere, and when I started, like, I just jumped around and I started reading some crazy, crazy shit. California Fire and Rescue Ordering. Where is that? There was stuff that told me... I need to zoom out for a minute, y'all. The Ukraine trafficking ring must surely be linked to this somehow. I mean, this is talking about interagency, and that sounds like an international problem, so. Oh, shoot, dude. All right, I like this. All right, so this is the California Fire and Rescue Ordering process. There's a reason why we're discussing how they put, what are they called? It's like a blanket, what the hell is it called?
What are you talking about? A blanket
Like
over what?
No, when they get like a blanket purchase, what the hell is it called again? When the government gets a grant to do a blanket service, a blanket call.
I'm not sure what you're meaning.
Sorry,
not? I'm so tired.
Okay. Do you know how like some private investigators can put service calls in? They're called like not a BPA. It's like a blanket purchase agreement. Yeah, it is a BPA, a blanket purchase agreement. They put those in to request assistance. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So you see what I'm saying? This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay. So the California Fire and Rescue Ordering process, federal agencies and CAL FIRE, okay, may request assistance from local government fire department resources via CFAA agreements. These requests are placed in current ordering system of record from the agency dispatch center to the Cal OES operational area, which is currently threatened. Operational area dispatch centers will fill the request with resources from within the operational area, and once exhausted, place outstanding requests to the Cal OES Regional Dispatch Center. Because you have to understand, all of these calls, when it is known that Kiely is, what did they say in the beginning, abducted? Yeah, they would have to put all these dispatches out to all these different regions. I mean, look how many different agencies called favors into each other. It's an interagency response system. We be learning. We be learning. I love it. Sorry, I needed a drink. All right, Cal OES regional dispatch centers will place outstanding requests. Okay, we already read that. See. Okay, so then you got Sacramento, which is another main office. Cal OES regional dispatch centers will place outstanding requests to other operational areas within their region, and when all operational areas within their region are exhausted, will replace request calls to Cal OES Sacramento. The OESH. Wonder if that was like a final job. I don't know. Anyway, resource orders will be processed based on need. An immediate need order will be processed as soon as possible for incidents that meet this criteria, which Kiely would have. Resource orders for planned need mobilization in respect to date and time needed will be determined and negotiated by respective GACC and the requesting and sending unit to provide for resource safety. I heard about that, Melissa. I just wasn't trying to put your name out there. But yeah, I heard some of y'all got together, and that's great. That is awesome. That is awesome. OESH, that Sacramento office, will place outstanding requests to other Cal OES regions in the state for process based on closest available resource. La 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 la. What is an IMT member? That doesn't even say. It doesn't even tell you what the IMT. What is an IMT member? Oh, it doesn't matter because of the exception of IMT. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to figure it out. Team members responding after the initial team roster has been filled and the current ordering system of record require a name request justification form. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, Cal OES, Cal Fire, federal fire agencies, and local agencies release or reassignment of emergency apparatus used pursuant to the California Fire Assistance Agreements, the FAA. I have that downloaded too. Will be coordinated through an on-scene Cal OES fire and rescue chief officer, the local jurisdiction agency representative, and their authorized representative, or the Cal OES fire duty chief. Oh, you don't say. All right. I mean, it goes to show that they really do communicate behind the scenes, you know? And wasn't it Sam Brown that said, you know, their response team is communicating very well? You know what he said? And then he got a promotion for it. I'm sorry. Some people got demoted, some got promoted, some got retired and moved somewhere else. So you don't look at them.
That's how it works. It's true
crazy.
though.
It is.
Yep. It's such a pattern.
It does solidify it, Melissa. I know for some people this could be boring, but this stuff is still super important. We like to research and learn. But I've also been using like this website here, which is Crazy Town. Look. So I can't remember that lady's name. She had told me about this mapping system, and I researched Maxar. I researched these satellite companies that had incredible the software they used to use, and then they like kind of downgraded it. It's kind of weird. It's like they know, but we don't know. I don't know. It's a weird tracking system, but they allege that they took this offline, but I don't know, man. Anyway, there are some saved, here, let's go ahead and zoom in right here. Let me see if it'll zoom in. Yeah. Well, I need to take a break from reading for a minute. So I've also been kind of like putting the fire cam together, and while I'm putting it together, like trying to look at satellite imagery from the actual date of whatever. So I was able to go to this Maxar company, and they sent me to an EOS.com website. And I found myself here on this website where like you can go through. I have August 7th downloaded, the satellite map. I think I did August 9th, 12th. I did the 16th, 17th, and it just, look, somebody better start telling me something, because the shit is not aligning. The only thing that I've found is that it's very possible that Nick Tow Truck Guy wasn't lying at all. Just saying. Just saying. I love looking at different stuff that puts things together from my mind. Okay, let's get back to this. Oh, man. You ready, Crane? Are you falling asleep to me reading to you? She going
I am so tired. I'm trying to hang on. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go night night if you fall asleep and you don't unmute. I love you.
I love you.
I'm gonna keep reading a little bit till I get tired myself. Communication. The formal route of communications for local government level is through the operational area duty chief and through the established local operation area resource status system. The duty chief is responsible for briefing. Remember, they talked a whole lot about briefing. Their organization in the procedures of incident information flow and for assuring timely exchange of maybe
timely.
They sure ain't releasing it to the public. Why is that? Like, it just makes me even more curious. What are you hiding? You know? Oh, she wants me. Oh, the cat and the dog are playing. That's what I hear. I love these two. It's my babies. The duty chief is responsible for briefing their organization in the procedures of incident information flow and for assuring timely exchange of information with minimal disruption to the dispatch function. These guidelines are offered to assist the duty chief in briefing their personnel. The following items give some general indicators of situations that should prompt contact with local governmental operational area duty chief. When large incidents in a sensitive area or multiple incidents occur, major aircraft accidents occur, major hazardous material events, and staffing shortages that affect agreements. So if they don't have it in one place, they'll pull it from somewhere else. All right. Good to know. All right. Okay, California, because this is all here. Oh, wow. His number's right here, huh? California Fire and Rescue Mutual Aid System emergency apparatus and personnel requested through the California Fire Assistance Agreement being released from an incident fall back to the control of the respective GACC. If the reassignment of these resources are necessary, there must be a positive coordination with the OES AREP on a scene of incident or the Cal OES duty chief at 916-845-8670. That's great. To secure express permission to reassign an OES or local government resource to another incident. Resources cannot be reassigned without this express permission. So the host unit goes to the north or south op, then the GACC or the NIC is responsible, and then the Forest Agency Command and Control, which that's that. California Fire Rescue Mutual Aid. Local government, OES, that's this. So see the local fire agency, operational area, the OES region, the OES headquarters fire rescue, California Fire and Rescue Mutual Aid System. So the host unit would be like the Rangers, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, shoot. What is this? Okay, local fire agency. Typically, these requests involve utilization of the California's fire. So, yeah, we already read all that. Okay, okay, this is what I need. I need this region right here. What is it? Region 4 or is it Region 3? All right, so we need to know this information. Cal OES Region 2, which is Alameda County Fire. Alameda is where those 47 people got some dug up on them from fucking... Look, if they're doing psychological aptitude tests in Alameda, why aren't they doing it in Placer and Nevada County and shit too? You know what I mean? Like doing a review of them. It's crazy. And isn't Alameda some of the officers, some of those people were the ones that came forward on YouTube and was like, yeah, that does kind of look odd, don't it? And then like 47 of them lost their job or some shit. That's crazy. Okay, so Cal OES Region 2 is Alameda County. I need to know this because based upon the fire cams. I'm going somewhere with this eventually. It's just taking me some time because it's a lot of work, y'all. Putting them fire cams together was a lot of work. But at least now we're going to be able to see who manned the cameras, and make connections there as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so Napa's in zone 2, region 2. Okay. Wait, so Alameda can call on, Cal OES regional operational area. This is San Francisco XSF, San Francisco County, and Alameda County Fire. So that's who they call upon. That's crazy. Like some connected dots. Okay, then those are those two. Then I think we need what? Hold on. I'm getting confused. Okay, right here. Okay, so it's not saying what. Okay, so Cal OES Region 4. And you guys have to understand, all of these, if you look at the list of 100 and how many were there? 100 and responding counties there was 40. How many were there? Responding agencies. 42. Was it, Crane? I can't remember. Total.
I cannot remember, hun.
But I remember El Dorado was on the list. Nevada was on the list. Placer County. Like all of these. Yeah, because San Joaquin. I remember looking into this Tuolumne and learning how to even freaking try to pronounce it. All right, so that's region 4 would be El Dorado, Nevada, Placer County. Okay, so Nevada County calls on Cal Fire, NEU. Dude, all right, so the dude that's most predominantly manning the camera is from Nevada County because they often have that NEU by their name. Okay, and then Placer County does Placer County Sheriff. So that would explain why Cal Fire, NEU, and Placer County Sheriff were both involved in the responsibility of what did they say? That was a volunteer a volunteer effort, and then they got $3.5 million for what effort? They didn't even find her. That's what's crazy. Or did you really? And we just don't know what really went down. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Very, very, very curious. Okay, let's keep going. This is a lot of information, man. What page are we on? We're only on 26 of 212. Sheesh.
Oh my gosh.
Sheesh. Okay, so this is pretty much telling us that the duty chief are responsible for contacting and making communication and briefing their personnel. I just kind of gave you, okay. He's the one that's responsible for the exchange of information between other personnel. The following items give some general indicators of the situations that should prompt contact between agencies and within the federal, Cal Fire regions, and the headquarter levels. When large incidents in a sensitive area, or multiple incidents occur. When geographic area, federal, or state resources are become depleted. When resources are being moved outside of their assigned area. When an incident management team, IMT, there it is. When an incident management team is mobilized for an incident. That one's important. When structures or property are destroyed, or serious injuries or aircraft accidents occur, fire directors and the California Wildland Coordinating Group will be notified when preparedness level. Yeah, we don't need to know about the fire stuff. Okay, mobilization. All resource requests will be submitted using the current order system of record. Requests for all tactical aircraft will be made using the state intercom and the FC-106E, FC-106 script to expedite their request. Refer to Chapter 50 and Appendix Page 187. Ooh. Unit dispatch procedures. California will provide all risk dispatching services through existing dispatch centers that are consistent with the needs and schedules of field-going employees. All right. Each unit. All right. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry if I'm boring y'all. This is giving you a chance to chat amongst each other, and we're literally learning in real time. I like it. Units will work directly with other dispatch centers. Units will handle all dispatching procedures for agency personnel during scheduled field operation hours. CAL FIRE command centers will use CAL FIRE issuance publications, in particular, the 8100 Command and Control Handbook, as their operational guides. All right. Who got a speeding ticket? Who got a speeding ticket? Who's going that name? Oh, shit. What? CB. Y'all. She was like, I just want to get home. And she did. All right. CAL FIRE command centers will use CAL. Okay, we already read that. Each federal unit will utilize operational guides which define procedures and required actions for all hazardous activities. I'm sure Zanime could tell me all this, but it's okay. She don't want to talk about it. All field-going personnel will remain in radio contact with the dispatch center unless otherwise arranged through the center. Huh. Remember that? Kept recording and sending stuff. Okay, that's about weather patterns. What? These two are going to start being crazy, and if they start getting crazy, then I'm going to hop off here, but I need to read this a little bit more. Okay, GACC dispatch procedures. The GACC will fill orders from the most appropriate source available. Okay, so they will dispatch overhead crews, equipment, aircraft, and supplies between GACC units or other state or agencies. Okay. Uh-oh, she fell asleep. Love Ukraine. Much love to you, Lieb Cats, too. Get some sleep, honey. My animals are acting crazy. And you guys have to be doing it right up on my feet? Why? Why? There's so much room in the rest of this house. Please. When you don't have to be doing it at my feet. Go play over there. Come on. Over here. Come on. Over here. Both of you. Over here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Over here. She's over there. Sammy? The cat's laying at my feet. The dog's trying to chew her face off to get the stuffing out. What's getting who arrested? Whoa, what? CB. Next time you are welcome to stay with us. Aw. I love y'all. I can't wait till I can eventually make it out there. I just cannot afford it right now. The cost of living is rough for me. All right. Let's see. All right, I already read that. Inform state and federal duty chief units, National Interagency Coordinating Center, and other cooperating aides. See, these people had very good contact with one another. It's probably why people got fired, they stepped down, they got promoted, all those good things. It's just my speculation, based upon what I read off the internet. Yeah, it would definitely have to be probably next year. Because 1, school's about to start. 2, oof. 3, the world's too crazy right now for me to want to get on an airplane, to be honest. All right, let's see. Anticipate requirements, evaluate requests in light of actual imminent incident and situations. Through proper channels, orders appearing to be out of balance with requirements, needs, or policy procedure. I don't care about that. Okay, they call on mutual aid if it exceeds the ability of the responsible agency, which I don't think it did. I'm not certain. What the water department got to do with cop shop? I'm not sure what you mean. Emergency Management Assistant Compact Resource Mobilization and Demobilization. This is important right here. I feel it. When an incident is declared an emergency or a disaster by the governor of California, this can authorize invoking the Emergency Management Assistant Compact, the EMAC ordering. Once state and local resources are exhausted, the Governor's Office of Emergency Services, OES, in collaboration with partner agencies, will seek assistance through the EMAC process. The Governor's Office of Emergency Services, EMAC, coordination with the Fire and Rescue Division, establishes contact with EMAC member states to source and request, starting with the closest states, time and distance. And what's crazy is I read somewhere that this whole response is for Oregon, California, Utah, and Hawaii. Oh no, we're gonna keep reading. I just scrolled through this earlier today. I didn't read it all. It was a lot. I figure I might as well do it while we're live. This way it'll make me really stick, and then I can come back. Okay. I think I read all that. Oh, if agency resources are not in the ordering system of record, OES will build resources within the program and fill requests and track them through demobilization. Okay. Okay, that's border fire. We don't need that. I don't think we need that. Unified. Didn't they call it unified command? Okay, this is unified ordering point. Hey, look at this. When an incident involves more than one jurisdiction and unified command is activated, a unified ordering point, a UOP, shall be established. I love learning, y'all. It's good stuff. It sure does. Sam Brown said it. Knows all about it. He's the sheriff, you know. Okay, the purpose is to establish a single ordering point for all resources required by the incident. The goal is the UOP is allow the agencies involved in the incident and the opportunity to fill requests at the lowest level, including the use of local mutual aid and assistance, to avoid duplication of orders and provide a single system for tracking resources for cost share agreements. So this will all be in the ECC. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Guidelines. The unified commanders, what Sam Brown was at the time? Didn't he say he was the unified commander? Y'all, help me here. I think didn't he say unified command? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The unified commanders will determine which agency, ECC, will be identified as the UOP. Notification will be made immediately by each agency involved. Unified ordering point. Okay. We'll use the order number. So this is all documented. Okay. Dang, dude. When it's a serious fire, I'm going to assume, or whatever, or a rescue incident, they cache items direct from the nearest national cache. That's really cool. Refer to Chapter 40 for hired equipment. Wow. I don't know what this is. I ain't going to pretend like I know what that means. Incidents should still document the special needs state mission or federal mission and be agency specific. Miss G. I mean, that's the unified honor and silence, but sound feels like. Okay, resource ordering. The current ordering system of record shall be used for documenting mobilization and demobilization actions of all resources. Reference the IROC business practices and standard guides for pursuit. There's a lot of resource guides and guides I'm gonna have to read. All resource requests will be submitted using the current ordering system of record. Only requests for aircraft or immediate need ground forces may be made using the intercom, then followed as quickly as possible with the matching current ordering system, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of reading. Request number, federal fire code, travel mobilization, demobilization. The current ordering system of record at all times, ETA and estimated time are in local. Arrival, departure are in local times. Yeah, that's all documented. I wonder if that's why Tennessee Yankee got in trouble, because it's all documented. Was or wasn't there? You guys claimed that there was no car there. So if there was no car there when you did this huge ass search, man, and then after the search, the car winds up there, and then another team of people find it. It's just unified command is always used if more than one district is involved, or if mutual aid or auto aid agreements are invoked. Wish more people understood that. Yeah. And as we're learning BoobTube. I love learning. I love learning. And then you would have to have a unified command. Wasn't it? What was it? 42? Was it 42 different agencies total? It was like 16 or 18. I think it was counties, and then like 42 different agencies that partook in the search of abducted Kiely Rodni. It's crazy. That number is just, it is astronomical. Isn't that what Sam Brown said? Mobilization travel will normally be arranged by the sending unit, and demobilization travel will be arranged by the incident host. Demobilization of personnel and resources from the incident to the home unit must follow the chain of command and remain within established communication channels. That's what I would like to know, Kareem. Why were they all so pissed off at it? Right? That's another good question. Like, it's just, I have so many questions, and it's just crazy that nobody wants to answer. So I'm finding systems in which have to respond to something. I'm going to get all the fire cam videos, because like I have like for each day, there's like anywhere between 6 and 23 videos that have to be compiled into one, and then those are going to start getting uploaded. But I'm also going to work on an intro video that explains like the fire cams. And there's going to be a special guest chatting on there. And it's crazy because the one talking is, his name's in the footer of the... He's a ranger. I got videos coming, y'all. I know I've been needing to go live and stuff for everybody so we could all chat and learn, pay our respects to Kiely. This is insane to me that nobody wants to answer nothing, whether the case is closed or they still have pending nobody wants to say nothing about nothing. It's crazy. All right, far out of state travel, federal incidents. I mean, even though it was, but that's okay. We're not worried about that. For emergency release of a resource, the emergency release form will be completed by the host at the ECC and submitted to the GACC. Okay, that's also Appendix 181. This is just sending everybody home. See, it just goes to show that they did communicate. And it's crazy to me that if you guys are doing all this communication with all these resources through all of these counties, and you did all of this scanning and diving and all these efforts, and there was no car in the water, then how did the car get in the water? Or show your documentation of the car in the water. So it's super important to get these fire camps put together, because I think these dates are, it's just crazy, because I'm noticing the days that they're doing the community meetings are the days that they turn the camera away from Prosser. It's weird. It's crazy. They like watch the airport and shit. Oh no, maybe that's important. Really don't know. Dude, what was that date of that private flight that came into Truckee? Anybody remember that on the flight paths? Do you remember that? There was like that private. I know we went over it early on. I'm gonna have to go watch some of my old lives, because I need to pull some information from some of them anyway. It says if the community meetings are distractions, so they can plan putting the car in the water later on. I don't know what it is. I think those ones were to find out what kids saw what, or find kids that would come forward and tell a fib. I don't know. I really don't know. I know a lot of them found honor in silence, though. All right, I'm sorry, I was reading to myself. All extended attack and no. Okay, contract resources, hired equipment, cooperators, federal. There we go. Administratively determined AD casual hire refers to an individual personnel hired for emergency purposes. Reference the Federal Interagency Incident Business Management Handbook. All right. I need to find that one. Contract engines and crews are a resource of the host unit dispatch center. The contract resources will be dispatched through the host unit using Viper. Okay. Regional contract resources may be utilized when agency resources are insufficient to meet present and anticipated needs, according to the unit's specified action guide or the geographic area staffing guide. Don't care. Maybe I do. Maybe just not yet. I'm not sure. I mean, from the way that it's crazy to me that they knew enough information that they like bleeped it out so they don't get in trouble, so don't tell on nobody. I don't know. So they don't make allegations. I don't know. It's just crazy to me that Jagger is the only one that was cleared. What about Sammy? I ain't taking Megan's word for it. I want law enforcement to speak on it, you know? Okay, units will check availability of agency resources, whether federal or state, within their own GACC prior to using contract resources. When mobilizing contract resources, units will utilize agency-owned resources first, followed by agency cooperators, national contract resources, and regional contract resources, and then contract resources according to agency direction. Man, that was a mouthful. I don't think I'm going to care about that. Cal Fire. All right. Reading makes me sleepy, y'all. Hems. All right, I'm going to just do a quick scroll through on this. As this scrolls through, I'm going to check chat. I'm just trying to see if I could find anything that United States Forest Service, Cal Fire, Bureau of Lands Management, National Park Service, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Bureau of Indian Affairs, Cal OES, Cal Fire. These were all included in. That's crazy. Oh, man. I think this is going to get good. Do we want to do a part 2 tomorrow and I'll finish reading? We're still on chapter 10. What? This is the preparedness plan. I just read that. All right, I'm just going to scroll through this for a minute. I'm a pretty fast reader, so let's get that in the middle. Let's get it. All right. Okay, I'm just going to scroll through this. I can read really fast, so stay with me. Okay, that's activation, deactivation. Okay, these are the preparedness levels, this is mostly for fire stuff, so we don't really. Okay, my truck is unloaded. I can pay attention now. Okay, these are just preparedness stuff. I am not too worried about this. I'm just going to let this scroll through. You can pause at any time. Doing a replay crew if you want to read any of this for yourself. I'm not worried about any of this preparedness level because I'm pretty sure that this is. Whoa. Consider activation of the California Interagency Military Helicopter Firefighting Program. Didn't they use they use military helicopters to do parts of search for Kiely. Okay. Preparedness level 5. That's for large fires. Large fires. Yeah, this is all fire. See, this is crazy. So they use these guidelines depending on what the fire is, and then they go through a federal chain, the Cal Fire chain, the Department of Interior, and Forest Services. Oh, shit. So that, Forest Service minimum drawdown standard. The following matrix depicts the minimum resources necessary to ensure Forest Services coverage. These numbers may be represented by having them identified as available. Type 1, Type 2 crews, they have 4. Smoke jumper loaders, 1. Helicopter air tankers, 4. They have heavy on order, 1. Type 2 IMTs, 1. Aerial supervision, 1. The Department of Interior drawdown levels will follow identified drawdown levels per the unit fire. So that's just based upon fires there. This is not important. This part is not. Yeah, CB, I bet you're tuckered as shit. You knackered, as Kenny would say. Okay, yeah, this is all for fire. Okay. California incident priorities are between USFS, CAL FIRE, and the Department of Interior and other wildland agencies. There's Max. There's, okay. Holy shit. For the weather, they do major fires, resource, air tankers, helicopters, air attack. That's crazy. They do have a lot of response. If you see what they're doing with those freaking park fires right now, it's insane. It's insane. I'm learning a whole bunch of things all at once, and I'm okay with it. I like learning about like the wildfire aspect of it, their response, like all that. Acquire special information. Anything of interest that would influence decision making. Okay, so this is all fire. Hold on, let me go. Okay, life and safety threats. Events which increase complexity, resulting in high potential for serious injury and or death. Public and emergency responders, max total is 15. Okay, that's for weather. That's damage, structures, community loss. No, this isn't part of it. No, that ain't part of that. I don't think I need to know any of that or any of that. Dang, that's hazardous materials. Is this still part? Okay, that's hazardous materials, right? Yeah, 7, handling hazardous materials. That's hazardous. Department of Interior and the DOI. Disaster procedures. CAL FIRE resource response. Oh, CAL FIRE units can respond to non-fire incidents based on the unit chief's discretion or may be mission tasked by the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. Reference CAL FIRE Handbook 8100, Policy 8163, and Policy 8164. I'm going to have to look for that one. Whoa. Critical Incident Peer Support, CIPS Team Procedures. A critical incident is any unexpected traumatic event that affects an individual's feelings of personal safety. Oh, this is cut off. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. I don't know why that's... Their ability to perform daily activities and their ability to concentrate on their normal job duties. Simply put, a critical incident is a traumatic event or a perceived life-threatening event that has enough power to overwhelm an individual's or an organization's ability to cope. This is crazy. A critical incident is not defined by the event itself. It is defined by the individual's and or the organization's reaction to what occurred. Line of duty death, off-duty death, suicide, aviation accident, entrapment, burnover, shooting, serious accident or injury, shelter deployment, exposure to fatalities and injuries, disaster recovery work, a significant event involving children. Wow. Acts of terrorism, threats of violence and to personal safety, events charged with profound emotion. Events charged with profound emotion. That's crazy. Critical incident peer support. I wonder if Phoebe or Cassie knows something about that. All local, state, and federal firefighting agencies endorse the use of the CIPS system. That's what I just read here, so it applies. They endorse the use of the CIPS. Okay. A CIPS team may consist of a critical incident stress lead, a critical incident stress peer, a critical incident clinician, a critical incident stress chaplain, and critical incident stress canines. All 5 positions are currently in the IROC are currently in IROC with the resource ordering system assigned designator. Wow. I'm learning, y'all. All local, state, and federal firefighting agencies endorse the use of the CIPS in California. Man, and all I'm trying to do is learn about the freaking fire cams, and I'm learning so much more. I love it. I love this mob guide. This is awesome. All right, read that. Agencies offer CIPS services to all personnel exposed to critical incident situations on the job, regardless of which unit has management and control. What the hell is this shit? CIP. What? 3S3. That's weird how they have that written like that. I don't like that. Should be offered to personnel following a critical incident situation. Critical incident peer support team interventions are most effective when applied 24 to 72 hours, sometimes longer, following a critical incident. Wow. It feels like it, don't it, Drift? Don't it? That's why I'm reading away. Group personnel are ordered as CISO, CISM, sickle, CISC, and THSP. Okay. All right. The following information should be provided by the CIPS coordinator to assist the responding CIPS group: the description or the type of incident, the number of employees in need of CIPS services, whether any family member or children are involved. Note, the authority to provide service to FS, Department of Interior, and CAL FIRE members is covered under EAP, which extends services to family members for benefit of the employees and agency. The date and time of the incident, the desired day, this is all, Federal incidents. The agency administrator or a designee will contact the CIPS coordinator to coordinate. Dude, I wonder who did all this coordinating. Oh, here we go. Dude, there's call line numbers here. So the Bureau of Land Management is Dr. Patricia O'Brien. And then the North Point one is Dana Lee. This is a 208 number, and this is a 208 number. Federal ordering. Here we go. Up here's NOPS. Oh, what's my son doing? That's what I'm saying, Drift. Like, I feel it. You see, you're retaining what I'm retaining. That's great. See, and I know Kareem is feeling me. I'm not sure, Kareem. I'm not who. Who did? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Lynn? You talking about what's her name? You're welcome to, if you can, drop the link in chat. If not, you can drop it as a comment under the video. Federal ordering. The CIPS team order will be processed through the Northern Operation and NOPS, regardless of incident and location. CIPS coordinator will work direct with NOPS to process the order. Damn, dude. So what I'm gaining from this is they do like how they make order to resources is they do Okay. Oh my. The critical incident peer support team requests notification and ordering procedures provide an organized approach to the management of stress responses for personnel having been exposed to a traumatic event in the line of duty. I wonder if anybody in the line of duty needed any help, or was it just the teens and young adults at the party? Under no circumstances should a CIPS team or any of its components be considered psychotherapy or a substitute for therapy. Peer and group supporters are not licensed healthcare professionals and should not be utilized in lieu of a licensed clinician. A clinician is ordered at the time of the support group being organized and has skills specific to the incident being managed. Critical incident clinicians will be part of the team. For federal agencies, a culturally competent clinician should be ordered outside of the ordering system. The cost for CIPS team services in the fire operations are to be charged to the fire's incident management code. All right, let's keep going. This page is intentionally left blank. Okay, all right, cool. Let's keep going. Ooh, chapter 20. Overhead and teams. Wow. Overhead and teams. Units will maintain a list of qualified personnel for assignments and keep their qualifications current in the current ordering system. Is this why you told us they were all volunteers? Is that why? Remember, 20,000 man hours, they were all volunteers. Come on. No, they weren't. Look how many different counties. They didn't all volunteer. From the FBI down, none of them volunteered. Those weren't volunteers. I guess I should say, if anybody wants to come on panel and discuss anything, you're more than welcome to. I guess I shouldn't be rude. That way, if anybody wants to discuss or just chit-chat about anything, Kiely, you're more than welcome to come up. I know this can kind of get boring, but I'm learning something here. I don't know about y'all, but I am starting to put, you know what I mean, information together so I know in what direction to keep looking. Overhead can be name requested, or prior to placing the request, the unit will receive confirmation of availability, supervisor approval, unit ID, and verify person is qualified or a trainee in the current ordering system of record for the requested. Remember how they were trying to say that all these people were trainees and shit too? No, they weren't. Talking they've been training for 19 years. What? The Cal OES name request justification form is required for all local government overhead name requests, with the exception of the IMT members. Wow, the IMT members rostering in the current ordering system of record on the initial fill of the team do not require a name request justification form. Team members responding after the initial team roster has been filled in the current ordering system of record require a name. Okay, so if you're thinking dates and around like the 16th, 17th, yeah, a name would have to be on that roster. It does. It's really getting real interesting. It sure is, Nana. Yeah, and then when you think about those campers and where they were, and knowing damn well they did not see over that fucking hill or see down a hill to see no, I don't even fucking know, dude. It makes me wonder how many people. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know a lot because I don't know. Shit makes your head spin though. All right, dude. Oh. So here's a name request form. I don't know what this is, but I will copy the link address and let me see if it'll. Yeah, it will. There's a request form. I'm not sure what that is, but hey. Error Source Advisor, ARA, Federal. The need for an ARA will vary based on conditions with the incident, topography, weather, population, exposure risk, dispersion, and the area attainment designation. Okay, so this is all about fire. We don't need that. Yeah, this is for all air quality, archaeologists, blasters. What is this? I don't know, just in case. I'll leave it here for a minute in case that's anything important. I don't think it is right now. Okay, so this is some meteorology stuff. So this is like something came out of the sky and caught the ground on fire, like, I don't know, a dew. Yo, and that's what's crazy. Look, California, San Francisco, Monterey, and then you got the Honolulu WFO. That's crazy. That's northern operations right there, y'all. You got Sacramento, Honolulu, and San Francisco all right here in the North Ops. That's crazy. All right. Robert Revelle. In some situations, IBA assignments are filled with an individual form to the local unit. Orders will be initiated by incident host, okay, not the incident management team, okay. Whoa, what's this? Infrared interpreters, IRIN. All agencies, all national infrared flights require an infrared interpreter to be ordered. All requests for RIIN RIINs, that's crazy to say, will be placed with the GACC. The GACC overhead desk will work with the California or National IR coordinator to find a qualified IRIN. The GACC will determine if IRIN can be used for whatever incidents they'll support. IRINs can do multiple incidents. So you do more than more. Whoa. Short haul boosters and short haul spotter. What the fuck is that? Anybody know what the hell that is? Yeah, there were two different campers. There was a camper, the Napovs or whatever the hell their last name were, that were camping at Lakeside. And they're the ones that claimed they saw where the intersection was blocked off and they could tell that the party was, maybe they walked around, maybe they drove to see what the fuck was going on. I really don't know. If they're claiming they saw it from where they were camping, there's no way possible. That you're seeing kids parked along the shoreline. Now, the one that was on Zav's, yeah, those ones were at Prosser Family Campground. That's why I think the FBI focused on the campsites 4 through 6 is important to what those campers are saying, because those campers were right there, right? And then I'm curious if they saw like that whatever went down at 147. I wish I would have caught on to that part of the fire cams to get Zav or anybody that has contact with them. I mean, you saw people with their shirts off chasing each other with bats. Like, did you see that? It looks like two lights running into each other. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I'm curious what people think about 147 AM, if anything was going on there. And if absolutely nothing was going on at 147, then the fire cam people's got some shit to explain, you know? Yeah, up and across from that little peninsula. Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, it really like, yeah, all you need is like control over the media on what gets out. Suppress it with PR people and have those PR people present it the way that you want to the media. And then all the media does is regurgitate the bullshit to the public. And we're supposed to be pacified with, for the lack of a better word, these lousy ass fucking journalists that will, like, they're so bought out that I don't know if they sign NDAs that they don't release the entire, like, think about all of these people that they interviewed and the little clips that they use, like the entire conversations that went on, you know, and they only use little clips of it. And then like the same, like 6 freaking media outlets use the same clips. Like how many of the same pictures did they use over and over and over and over again? Sure the hell wasn't no pictures of the party. Show me Kiely. Show me her at the party. Show me. All right, training specialists. All agencies, the training specialists organize and implements the incident training program by developing individual training plans and documenting individual training assignments, like teams. All agencies, a training specialist will be ordered as a part of an IMT activation. A TNSP may also, which is a training specialist, may also be ordered on a non-team incident at the discretion of the incident commander. Okay, this would be for fires. Let me see. Let me make sure this. Yeah, this is all for fire safety. Incident management teams, IMTs. All incident management team rosters and rotations are located at the end of this chapter. Well, I'll be. I like it. And this is 2022. I like it. Oh, shit. Jazz, you need to connect a device, it says. Device is not connected is what your thing's saying, and it won't let me click on you. You got to allow access to your camera and your microphone, I think, or something, maybe, possibly. Yep, that's it. If you want to disable your camera, you can. If you want to leave it on, you can. I'm going to go ahead and put you on stage.
I want to disable.
What up, girl? Uh-oh. What happened? What's she doing? She wanted to say, and then she disconnected her device. You need to leave your mic connected at least. Oh, she good?
You can hear me now.
Better now? Yeah, I can hear you now, girl. How you doing?
Cool. You know, it's been so long since I've done a StreamYard. I guess I just don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I haven't streamed in so long. Sometimes I freaking forget how to use shit.
I know, it's hilarious.
I feel bad, but I have been so super busy. Like literally when I'm not gardening or spending time with my kid, I'm just researching the shit out of stuff while waiting for files to compile into a video, you know? Like it's crazy what I've been doing. Like I know it seems like, oh, she hasn't been live. I haven't been doing it. I assure you I've been super busy.
Oh, I know you've been busy, girl. I know you've been busy.
And then, like, I want to read all of their guides and all of the information that they have out there to the public, so I know what corresponding agencies or who out on the YouTube verse could have possibly been hired by these management teams. You know, I got questions. While we're doing this, I'm making sense of the fire cams and how they're operated, who operate them, all that stuff. Like I'm learning everything. And it's great.
The whole thing is such a conundrum. It's
crazy as hell.
It's a cluster. It's an absolute cluster.
Sure is. There's lots of rabbit holes.
Well, I think one of them, there's so many. One of them is Wu. Wu was sworn in at the end of June, sometime in June. Mm-hmm. And he's got an admitted, basically like an uncontrollable urge towards teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And then
admittingly,
then this extremely fine teenager goes missing the minute he gets into office.
I don't think he had anything directly to do with it, but I'm sure he could make some calls to not talk about it, you know. Whoa! This is a good article in this area. Holy shit!
What?
Remember FEMA and all that stuff that came up throughout her case? Okay. All right, let's just do all of this then. Holy shit, dude. All right. What is all this? Okay, that's hazardous. That's hazard local government, California state geographic deployments, incident commander, deputy incident commander, safety officer, information officer, liaison, which is also law enforcement units, and then it is followed by operations section chief. Holy shit. So that's the chain of command right there for deployment. That's crazy. Because you see all of them in Kiely's case, including the liaisons, the loafers. You can't make this up.
Well, and then that whole thing with Boca and the that ranger that quit and sent those emails about how creepy stuff had been. You know about that, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was reading.
The park manager over at the Boca campsite who sent those emails. She sent emails and then quit because things were so creepy.
Yeah, she's a park ranger, which she would fall under like the chain of command in this stuff too, which is crazy. Like it's really cool to start reading this stuff and seeing like breaking it down and to where I can understand it now, you know? Dude, this is crazy. And then they have the logistics section, which is a supply unit leader, the facilities unit leader. Then they have the communications or the incident communications technician. Then they have the medical unit leader. Whoa. Tech spec. This is GISS. Where do I know that from? GISS. Yo. I know that from somewhere. Text. It's a GISS. Why do I know that from somewhere? It'll dawn on me at a later date, I'm sure. But this part's crazy, okay? Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and Emergency Management Assistance Compact, EMAC, their deployments. Use the FEMA Team Configuration Guideline and order request for an AHIMT3, whether through EMAC or through the National Firefighting Mobilization System, shall be filled with a minimum of 14 members that are comprised of the following positions. I think this is it right here. The incident commander, the safety officer, the information officer or the public information officer, the assistant PIO, the liaison officer. Wow, y'all. Wow. The operations section chief, which consists of a deputy and the staging area manager. Wow. The logistics section chief, the finance section chief, the plan section chief, and then you have resource and situation. The Cal OES Fire and Rescue Division shall maintain an on-call roster of available AHIMT3s within California. The team status reporting is Monday morning by 1,000 hour. So that's what, 10 a.m.? Yeah, it would be 10 a.m. Teams that are available for statewide or national mobilization will update Google Sheets and status on the on-call IC. This is crazy. So they do use Google. They use Google Sheets to keep track of all this, the team status and reporting and all that. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so this is their incident management team. So they have Sacramento region. Dude, and then you see all these people coming out of Sacramento around Kiely's story, which is crazy. This is crazy. A deployment should last no longer than 14 days, excluding travel. Okay, this is CAL FIRE maintains 6 statewide Type 1 all-hazard incident management teams. They're all ordered through the GACC. California Federal Interagency Incident Management Teams. Man, there's a lot of these IMT groups. They're trying to confuse you. That's why they have like systems inside systems inside systems, so you just give up and just stop looking. Yeah, GISS, Security Guard Services. What? Where did you read that at, Mom First? Because I know I've seen GISS somewhere in Kiely's case. I just can't think of where. This is either a manifestation we created because we're searching for it, or you're uncovering how America's game is played. No, look, all I'm trying to do is freaking figure out what all these NEU and all this stuff means through their system. We're just finding out a lot more information, which is important information. I don't know what's going on, but I like it, you know? I'm learning. What? IMTs will not mobilize with more than 58 persons, on an IMT's roster without requesting agency administrator approval. IMT may request additional positions through the normal ordering process once the IMT has a delegation of authority of the incident. Whoa. Long team includes 10 positions from the short team. In addition to the 27 positions identified on the long team configuration, teams may have a maximum of 17 positions to be negotiated and concurred by the incident commander and the agency's administrator from the requesting unit. Oh, you Googled it? That's what GISS is? Wow, security. They may bring an additional 14 trainee positions. These positions are identified by the teams and not by the receiving unit, unless notified otherwise. These trainees will mobilize for incidents on federal lands. Well, hey! Man, I really like this mob guide, you know?
You're digging on it for sure.
Mobilization guides are, I guess, super important.
I love when you find stuff like this, Shan.
Yeah, me too.
It reminds me of that night when you were digging up all that stuff on the Bohemian Grove.
Look, I'm always finding things. I just don't always go live while I'm doing the work, because a lot of times, like, I read a little bit and then I go do something else and then I do something else and then I come back to it. Like, I haven't had time to sit for hours and hours and hours and hours and just read and take it in, you know, make sense of things.
Remember that night when you were finding all that Bohemian Grove stuff and then you kept glitching out? What that was?
All right.
That was telling.
Does anyone know offhand when Kate claimed she was with Kiely? She said earlier in the afternoon up till 4 p.m. Is that what you're asking, Melissa? That's crazy, because I was just reading a article and stuff with her her interview, we'll just say. That's really crazy that you asked that, because I was just reading that today. Yep. God is good. Geographic Information System Specialist, GISS. You know who else used to say stuff about GISS? It was that STEM KB, remember?
What's STEM KB?
STEM KB, he was that dude that knew a whole lot about the fire cams. He's the one that allegedly slid it to, which is weird, like he slid it to SF to release not law enforcement, which is weird as shit, but okay.
Yeah,
you know, weird as shit. It's like, look here, but don't look past the 1233, because they're trying to tell us that that's definitely a car. Look, I'm telling you, if you look at what is called pixel shift, when you have a camera mounted on a 100-foot tower and you have the wind blowing, it's gonna toggle, and it's one part of one area is going to be in one spot, and another, that same area can be in a whole another spot, because there's wind blowing the camera that's on a pole that's 150 feet in the air, and you get pixel shift on what you think you're actually looking at. They manipulated us with this fire cam, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, big time.
And then it's crazy, like when you continue watching it, you see some sort of, looks like a collision happening at 1:47 a.m. And then when they pull Kiely's car out of the water, like, you see that there's damage done to the hood of her car, to the windshield of her car, and the roof of her car.
It was just so weird the way everyone was so angry at AWP when they located the vehicle. Like, that was the most bizarre response. And then they kicked him out of there.
Yes, Santa Bean. It's all in my research.
Then they got kicked out of there rather than allowing them to use their expertise to help extract the car.
Okay, you know what STEM stands for, right? It's like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right?
Yeah.
And then a KB is a kilobyte, which is a computer. So just add all that together and then think about the fire cams, and makes you curious. Oh, I know who he is. I know him by name, but we don't need to put that out there. He knows I know who he is. And then it's just crazy how he plays into this whole, what we're reading right now. This is crazy. I have questions for him, but I don't trust that man, especially having the name STEM KB, enough to have a direct conversation with him, not even through chat.
So, Shan, you remember what day Linda Luchetti was hired by Kiely's family?
August. I don't even think it was. Look, we don't even know for certain. Look, for all we know, the government hired like Sammy's family, and the government hired Linda Luchetti, because you have to think, Linda's from Utah. All of these operations places are Oregon, California, Utah, and Hawaii. That's what Cal OES covers. It's crazy how it all, like, all of it, like when you think about all the players around Kiely's case, how it all ties into the Cal OES system. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is
a government system.
You got a lot of national parks there in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. It's all federal lands.
But remember, Lindsay said she hired a media person because she didn't know how to do media.
Did she directly say that, or did somebody speak for her? Did it come out of her mouth?
She said that. That came out of her mouth on some footage. She said, I don't know how to do media, so my friend here came to help do media.
Oh.
I don't think she said she hired her. She called her a friend.
I mean, she could have just called her a friend and didn't know the bitch from a hole in the ground. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the media portrays things the way that they're told to present it. So
totally. It's so weird. It's so weird that they hired a media person right off the bat.
And it's crazy looking at the media and the way they present things and looking at what's going on in the fucking real world in real time. And then thinking about how much the media was coerced to only give us certain information or even possibly lie to us, you know?
And that Linda Luchetti was literally just working with Sherry Papini in July. And that was so high profile. That was so high profile. So that was still going on in Northern California in July. And then a few weeks later, you know, Kiely goes missing and Linda pops up.
See, you know, Evie, and that's crazy that Evie's saying this. Geographic Information System Specialist of the GISS create digital products and hard copy maps to help. Whoa. Huh.
I just think the fake kidnapping case of Papini might...
Yeah, that's just crazy town, dude.
Might have a lot to do with a fake kidnapping in Truckee.
It could have been a kidnapping, though. Her job could have been to make it not look like one after all, you know, that she did it to herself.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly
there is no transparency in this case, and we're just supposed to believe what they tell us with no data, no proof to back it up. Like your autopsy doesn't even prove that she drowned.
And nobody's supposed to care because everybody has bills to pay. And if you care, then you're being disrespectful.
What it sounds like, based upon the autopsy, is that she died. Somebody put her in the water after. I don't know where she was. I don't know what was going on there, but it just seems like somebody put her in the water, and then to make it seem like her body was unrecognizable and like she was in the water for so long, it's just odd. The timeline of even like, okay, so when you traumatize a body, which is them jostling her body around in the vehicle by flipping it, taking her out of water, okay, then as soon as the body hits oxygen, it immediately, right in front of your eyes, starts breaking down. And they took 2 days of oxygen hitting Kiely's body. It's no wonder why her tattoo was on her fucking hip by the time of the autopsy and she was unrecognizable then. But it's crazy that, what the hell was her name? Josephine Strachan could recognize Kiely when they first pulled her out of the water. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they purposely made her decompose, so it made her look like she was in the water for a lot longer than she really was. Meanwhile, the whole time, the little girl ain't even got any water in her lungs. So please explain that. If she's in the water for 2 fucking weeks, she should have some type of water seepage in her lungs, in her ear canal, in her sinus waste. 2 weeks. And there's not even no buildup on her license plate of her car. No buildup around the little lip of the camera.
And remember, which content creator was it that first pointed out how all of that stuff that was on the bottom of the lake with her car, everything was like perfectly lined up. It was like all at right angles, like somebody had OCD. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All of the items that were in her car, like WTF? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Dude,
that was completely insane. And that was probably Zanime who did that.
I have no idea. All I know is looking at all this information, it blows my mind when you look at all the people that were so eager to come on YouTube and tell us their narrative, you know?
Well, and I mean, the Jane Doe 1, the Jane Doe 2.
Try to make us believe all this fucking accident narrative. Look, nothing about it says accident. Nothing.
We know the Jane Does were bogus, and we know that the freaking Red Flag Ronnie was bogus, but they thought they could just send 1 or 2 people out into the YouTube streets that they could, masterfully come up with some strange narrative. Like they really thought that was going to fly. But that was also Zanime's intent, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me that just looking at this guide for the way they mobilize any type of situation, isn't that what they call it? How many people just in their short team configuration and long team configuration, dude, that's a lot of fucking people just in these team configurations. That's huge. 45 short team configurations, 20 positions plus 6 trainees. And then in the long team configuration, they have 44 positions plus 14 trainees. And this is what's crazy, is you have the incident commander, the deputy incident commander, the safety officer, the public information officer, the operations section chief, the air operations branch director, the planning sections, logistics, finance. Then you have just the operations director or a division group supervisor, a geographic information system specialist, computer technical specialist, discretionary positions, there's 6 of those, and IMT training positions, there's 6 of those. An incident commander, that's all the same. So 2 public information officers, and we saw 2 different public information officers around Kiely's case. It's crazy.
Now, who are you identifying as the public information officers? Angela?
Solemn, and what's that one dude's name? I forget his name off the top of my head. There was a male and a female.
Yeah, I forget the guy.
Mm-hmm, me too. If I scrolled across it in all my stuff, I would be like, oh yeah, that guy. Look, and then you got liaison officers, a facilities unit leader, a supply leader, a food unit leader. You know, all them snacks. We'll come pick you up at 3 a.m. too.
You mean the snacks, the snacks that they thanked during the celebration of life? They thanked the sandwiches.
Well, what's crazy to me is how Megan came out here and said about how all these kids, they couldn't even, and then there's like video and pictures of Sammy with a plate full of food, smiling and laughing and having a good time. These kids can't eat. They've been up for days, can't eat. Meanwhile, they're all grubbing, having a fucking tailgate party. Ain't nobody out looking for Kiely.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is a lot of people. A ground support, a medical unit leader, a communications leader, a communications technician or an incident communications center manager, a resource unit leader, a geographic information system specialist, another computer tech, a situation unit leader, a fire behavior analyst. That wouldn't apply to this because it's not a fire. Air support supervisor, cost and time unit leaders, procurement leader, discretionary positions, there's 11 of them, and then IMT training positions, 6. And then they have GACC priority trainees. Jeremiah says food unit leader. That's my job. Twinkies for everyone. I surely wouldn't eat. I can't eat Twinkies. I don't know how people do it. That shit ain't even real.
Oh man, that whole thing with the Twinkie defense. I just watched that movie. Have you seen that movie Milk? About it's actually about the Twinkie defense. So Milk, was his name Harvey Milk? He was a politician in San Francisco in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So him and another politician were both shot and killed by another local politician.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude had the Twinkie defense. He said that he ate so much junk food it made him crazy and it made him kill those guys.
What?
And
that's literally a Twinkie defense. That's crazy.
Literally, yeah. So I knew about it because when I lived in San Francisco in the 90s, everybody talked about the Twinkie defense from the 70s, and so I finally just watched that movie Harvey Milk. It was really good, but I couldn't believe like getting the whole story, like the real story. So yeah, when Jeremiah said that, I was thinking, does Jeremiah know about the Twinkie defense?
Oh, what's Cream saying?
We're all so crazy. We don't know how to find a car. That's
why I think the people, Kareem, that defend Ryan in the sense that they're doing, like, I don't think he's saying hypothetically that she's not real. Metaphorically, her story that the media presented to us is, I think, and he could use that as his defense. You know what I mean? It because what they presented to us did not feel real. It was not matching.
And that's
it doesn't align.
That's how I interpreted it when he.
That's the way I interpret it. I don't think he's saying that she's not a real person or nothing like that. It's just prove to me that the story that you're telling me that you're regurgitating to me without any like. And it's crazy because all the pictures that we have that we present of Kiely is because we went out and looked on social medias for them. If you think about the media that the media presented to us, it was scarce, y'all. Yeah. Look, they're showing us pictures of Sammy Smith at a place trying to tell us that it's Kiely. And that's why, you know what I mean? I think that he believes that this story isn't real. I don't believe that he's saying that Kiely isn't real. It's just what they're trying to tell us. Don't feel very real.
Struggling to keep a cohesive narrative.
Salagi in house. What up, baby? How you doing? I've been loving all the shorts she's been dropping. She's been dropping some good stuff about a whole bunch of different things, different topics. Super important to stay engaged in worldly events as well.
How many channels does Tsunami have?
I don't know, too, that I know of, but I tell you what she's been dropping on her channel has been incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
So Kiely Rodni Justice is one of the channels, and then is the other one the Salagi
channel? No, what's your other one named? Salagi? I know one's Kiely Rodni Justice, and then the other one, I can't think of the name of it right now. It might be that Salagi Anyu one. I don't know how it's pronounced. All right, so what's all of this? This is National Incident Management Organization Team. Okay. Wait, so this is long duration incidents or mission specific. Refer to the National Interagency Mobilization Guide, but everything that's in that guide is in this one from what they're trying to tell us. So I don't think that. NMAC Management of Federal IMTs. Oh, here we go. The National Multi-Agency Coordinating Group, NMAC, retains the authority to manage all team assignments for Type 1, 2, Complex, and NEMO, and area command incident management teams as necessary to achieve team experience objectives, ensure proficiency, manage fatigue, and for other reasons. And for other reasons, y'all. Okay, that's burned area. We don't need that.
45 pages. Oh, man. You are digging it.
I love look, I love learning. Learning's important. Look, if anybody wants access to this is direct through the GACC's government website. So it's not I pulled any shit out of my ass. That one's the 2022 guide. And then this one here wait, am I reading the 2023 updated guide? 2230. This whole time I've been reading the wrong guide. That's the updated guide I've been reading.
Okay, we got to start over.
That's it. I got to scroll through here to make sure I don't miss anything. Hell yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I don't even care. We ain't missing none of this. Length of assignment. Yeah, see, this isn't in the other one. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right.
So what do you
I just want to make sure this information is still the same. Whoa, what's
Stan, this? What do you think about these?
Ooh, this make me dizzy. Why is this sideways?
The Seeker of Truth videos that have been dropping.
I've been watching them, but I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but
that's not your theory.
How can I say it? I don't know. I don't know if I believe the pre-missing Kiely, or if she was stopped. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure what I believe in that sense.
Well, and what's up with the fact that nobody could find, you were one that dug and dug, trying to find Kiely's birth certificate?
I have it.
Well, but is the one that you have the one from SIFA or?
Yeah, and it's legit. It's legit.
I don't know. SIFA, man.
Like I tracked the medical doctor that was there that did Kiely's birth. He's a real medical doctor.
I don't think we can trust SIFA though. I mean, not any more than we can trust MC Ultra, right?
But if you're saying that SIFA put out a fake birth certificate, then you're saying Kiely's not real, and I believe Kiely's real. So
I'm not saying she's not real. I'm just saying I don't think that birth certificate is actually her birth certificate, possibly.
I really don't know. I can't say yes or no because I didn't get it directly from a source. You see what I'm saying? And the source won't give it to me, so I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand why. Well, I do because she's a minor and I'm not family. But it's crazy how SIFA got it, though. You know, if he ain't family,
right?
I really don't know. I don't know how he got it. What I can say about it is looking up the doctor, looking up all the information in Ancestry and everything. All of that lines up. So, I mean.
And it is weird that he never said how he got it.
No, he didn't.
That's also very odd. And that was sort of like how he came out.
Oh no, but a lot of the files and a lot of the research he's done, I do have to give him credit that he found a lot of stuff that was already wiped from the internet. Like you can go and Google it and it says that it's there, but it's not downloadable. So I don't know if he grabbed stuff prior to him because he's been researching trafficking for a very long time. Like he's the one that can make connections between California and Utah. You know what I mean? Oh no, maybe he was purposely discredited so that we don't make connections. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell you what is true and what is false other than the stuff that I research.
Didn't Steve Fisher, didn't SF Investigates show up in Utah when Gabby Petito was missing?
Say what?
Didn't SF Investigates show up in Utah when Gabby Petito was missing a year prior?
Chat, can you answer that? Because I don't know on that either. I know he showed up in some very, very questionable cases, though. Yeah, there's no way that Kiely drove down that hill. And I know you can say that for certain too, Miss W. Yeah, after watching a lot of videos, I don't know, just seeing people's drive from, it doesn't matter if it's from Sanctuary, it doesn't matter if it's from Prosser Family Campground. There's no way Kiely drove down there without hitting a fucking tree first. If she was that
So
far.
I agree. I agree with Sigali about that maybe Kiely didn't have a birth certificate because Lindsay was super hippie living off grid.
It's very possible.
That's what I suspect.
I really don't know. I can't say yes or no because I really don't know. When CB, when you say the back way, do you mean just the whole dirt road? Is that what you're talking about when you say the back way? Yeah, SF did do the Riley Strange stuff, which is also very odd because it's very similar stuff going on with Kiely's case. Ryan isn't wrong about that either. Some weird shit going on between that. Yeah, SF was on Chelsea's case. What was that other little girl's case that he did? Yeah, it's just very odd. And it's just odd how he's always pushing like this accident narrative. Or blames the victim. I don't know. After saying a mouthful of shit. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very weird.
He's a weird guy for sure.
Okay, so orange is Bureau of Indian Affairs. Bureau of Land Management's yellow. The pale color is Bureau of Reclamation. CAL FIRE is blue. Pink is Department of Defense. White is local. Gray is NASA. Purple is National Park Services. Green is Fish and Wildlife. USDA is mint colored. Where are we at here? So this would be Truckee here or Truckee coming? Well, where the hell is Tahoe, dude? I can't even see.
And what about
this? Would be Lake Tahoe. So this would be the
Shan. What about, sorry to interrupt. What about Charlie Holderman? What about him?
I would love to know whatever happened to him.
That was weird with that whole car accident thing, and you know that he was allegedly the friend that Zanime was going to visit. Wait,
say that again?
Allegedly, he was the friend with cancer that Zanime went to Truckee to visit.
Yeah. Because remember in the beginning,
crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, in the beginning, she was going to visit her friend with cancer, and it's just crazy that that was the big.
And she just happened to be there, so she thought.
She would know something about something, seeing that he had a GoFundMe out. It's very odd. What happened to Charlie Holderman?
Right, that car accident, and then
I would love for Zanime to speak on it since that's her friend that she went to go see with cancer. Like, is he okay? Like, I would just love for somebody to say, yeah, he was definitely in a car accident. He was in the hospital, but he's great. He's just doesn't want to be bothered by anything. I just thought of something
as you were talking. I thought, it's like the wee hours of the morning, but I thought Zanime, Ryan Upchurch outing Zanime, the lawsuit against Upchurch is retaliation for him blowing Zanime's cover, basically.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
So Upchurch made Zanime's mission impossible. Like, she had a mission. when
she called it all out. That's why I call it out too, because there's something good. And it came out of her own mouth, that she was there for a job.
So the lawsuit against Upchurch is a retaliatory action.
Different lies of why she was there.
It's retaliation for him basically mucking up what they were trying to accomplish with Zanime.
Very possible.
That's why they're suing him, because they're pissed about that. Because, their lawsuit against him literally should be thrown out because it's based on misinformation. Just like that one part about the
Well, the thing is, you don't know if Red Flag Ronnie was hired to get on Ickadmel and him not even know what was going on, to put out there that there were these scary guys giving cocaine. And if somebody's telling you that there's scary guys at a party giving young girls cocaine to try to sleep with them, you would think that they would investigate that, you know?
And no joke, Shan.
Crazy. Admittingly, your cousins are giving cocaine to minors. They should have. Your cousins should be arrested then.
But the Sheriff Wu's son, Nathan Wu,
was rocking. Yeah, and it's crazy because that Melvin Cedino, which is weird. Okay, so the picture that he was rocking was of this speaker / whatever you want to call that guy, for tech agencies. Okay, Wu's son was using that dude's image, and it's crazy because that dude has the same name as Ickadmel, which is it's crazy to me.
Well, and he had made that his profile picture in August.
The year
August
prior,
of 2021.
Yeah, the year prior, yes.
And I've been off Facebook for a while, so I don't know if that's still his profile picture, but it
probably isn't. I don't even know if he has a Facebook account. It
was still his profile picture the last time I checked, which was probably about a year ago. That was just nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I forget what it said under his bio. I totally forget what his bio said.
A year prior. Like, what the F is up with that?
Yeah. It's all very odd, you know, and we live in a day and age where we should be able to speak about those things without, you know what I mean? I'm curious of why it's so weird.
Because it's all a crock of crap. It's like a puzzle where none of the pieces fit together.
It is. It's like they took like 5 different puzzles that don't have faces on them. They fucking put them all in a box and shook them up and threw them on a fucking table and was like, "Here, solve this puzzle."
Yeah, basically.
And it's so crazy to me that there's a Trinity County, and right after Kiely Rodni went missing, so did Trinity. Like, it's crazy to me.
It's nuts. Trinity's mother just moved back in with Christopher Stanio.
Are you serious?
She had been divorced from Chris Stanio for a few years. She literally just moved back in with him weeks before Trinity went missing. Trinity lived with her mom. So Trinity probably moved into Stanio's house with her mother weeks before she goes missing, but they never said where she lived. I wanted to answer Melissa. She says, just to say that again about the Facebook pic. So Nathan Wu, Wayne Wu's son, who was one of the many Nates at the alleged party, his profile picture for his Facebook page was Cedric. What's the full name?
Melvin Cedino.
Thank you. So, and it's like the Red Flag Ronnie, basically. That was his Facebook profile picture, and he had made it that image in August of 2021. Because, you know, when you look at somebody's profile picture, you can see the date that they changed it, the date that they last changed it.
And it's just crazy that whoever that dude was speaking on Ickadmel's thingy looks just like that Melvin Cedino, but it's also weird that Ronnie Jones went on Ickadmel's channel and Ickadmel has that same name. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
It's bizarre. It's
very bizarre. It's very bizarre.
So
I want fresh peaches.
Oh yeah, that's what I had eaten. I just ate a fresh peach right before I came on. I love peaches. So the
wait, who was hurting the family? Who was?
What?
JR Nana Boomer. Yeah. Who saying what she was saying was hurting his family? Who was hurting the family? Because that's crazy, because I got an email similar to that just recently. Who got it? Who contacted what channel?
Yeah.
She who was hurting a family.
You
Yeah.
you got an email like that too, Shan?
Yeah. But it's weird. The email address that it came from is just very odd in itself as well. And I'm not trying to do anything to hurt this family. All I'm trying to do is do what they should be doing, which is getting the truth for Kiely.
Wait, you got an email accusing you of hurting the family?
Yeah. I was like, what?
That's insane.
I'm trying to hurt nobody. All I'm trying to do is find some truth and some clarity and some fucking transparency for this little girl that did not kill herself.
To me, that's more evidence that they're just trying to get you to shut the F up because you're honest.
I'm here for the victim, you know. I'm here for the real victim, the actual victim that lost their life. That's the victim to me.
That's really creepy to me.
I'm not trying to victimize the family. I'm not trying to hurt the family. You know, I wish they would make a statement. Really do, because I have some questions.
But yeah, JR Nana Boomer, who is the her that you're talking about removing the video?
Something Dent? I don't. Right after Kiely was found, and that's what she told him to. Well, and that's the thing is, like, you're going out looking for these channels. Like, you're causing the harm to yourself and pointing at other people. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. No, not by any means. I'm just trying to get to some truth. Since, you know, everybody wants to find honor in silence and just make fucking threats. Everybody want to sue everybody, but nobody wants to tell the truth for fucking Kiely Rodni. You know? Yikes.
Well, and weaponizing.
That says something in itself.
Weaponizing your deceased child, that's pretty sick.
Well, and the thing of it is like, you're more worried about you. What about Kiely that doesn't have a life? That doesn't have a future? You know?
Yep.
And look, I'm not trying to hurt the family. Look, and I'll say it again. If there is an article on the internet as public information that a newspaper or a news station has written about you and I read it and you don't like it, take it up with the newspaper that wrote it about you. Seriously. Go threaten to sue them if they don't take it down. It's not my fault it's still there. It's public information.
I think the fact that you got that email, I would say take it as a compliment, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they're trying to guilt you so that you don't research their lies, basically. In my opinion.
You would think of all of these channels that are out there that are actually looking for the truth and the transparency and what truly happened to Kiely, that they would come to somebody like my channel and be like, look, it's way much bigger than you think it is. And this is why, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why I think you should not discuss certain things so openly. But that's not the avenue that they're taking. You know what I mean? It's, oh, you're hurting me. No, the fuck I'm not.
Do you see CB's last comment? At the memorial today, we had a gal ask us if we were sleuths and said, keep going.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's awesome that you were at the memorial, CB, you and in your presence. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to put that up on the screen right there. And that's the thing is, like, I don't understand why, like, and I'm not trying to be hurtful or mean or whatever, throw any allegations. Like, you would think that people that don't give up on Kiely and that unless it's causing a threat, like somebody else is causing a threat, and by me talking about it, it's hurting the family in that way, then say, hey, this person and this person's after me every time you talk about it, you know?
But let me just say, let me just say, what you do, Shan, is you are honoring Kiely.
I am, and not like
honoring her.
And that's where people got me fucked up and got things twisted on what I'm trying to do with my channel. My channel is always going to be to advocate and research and gather information for the victim. The only thing that I've seen anybody do is allow and enable the media to manipulate information to the point where you have channels out there that are speculating some crazy fucking shit. All I'm trying to do is figure out why nobody wants to talk about Kiely Rodni, not even her own family. I don't know if it's out of fear. I don't know what the reason is. They may not want to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
So, JR Nana Boomer, Brandy Gray is a channel that I just found recently.
I like Brandy Gray's channel.
I think she's really good. Her Kiely stuff is amazing.
Is top notch. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I do need to start making some shorts from stuff that kind of, I think, got lost in the years of just all the fuckery that has been put out there. Yeah, there's a lot of statements made by people that found really good information and talk on some really important topics around Kiely. And Brandy is one of them. You are absolutely right.
Oh, I was bummed I didn't find her sooner. I only found her like maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, crazy. I have a few, I think like 4 of her videos in my Kiely playlist. I still to this day continue adding videos to the Kiely Rodni playlist. If anybody is interested in that, I forget how many videos are there. It's a lot.
I'll check it out for sure.
CAL FIRE units should be familiar with local procedures for the CIPS team. Okay, this is where we were at. Okay, we were here.
So what Mary?
Oh, I'm hungry.
What Mary said a couple of minutes ago. You think by now someone in the community would say something? People in
it's crazy how they all talk hush hush, like they're afraid that they'll be found out that they're talking about it. And I'm sorry, for an accident, it shouldn't be like that.
Exactly.
Like, it shouldn't be down to town whispers and people having to like talk in private. Like, that's the weirdest shit that I've ever heard about an accident. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What is that noise I hear? Is that my dog? Hold on a second. Where's my dog? She's like snoring or playing with the cat or something. Weirdo.
Yeah, Sagali said she never heard of Brandy either.
Loggy, actually. It's
thank you. I just go with Truth Tsunami. But yeah, she says she's never heard of Brandy Gray either, so I'm glad to bring her name into the arena.
Like, and that's the thing, Melissa, is like all of the old videos of, you see how muddy the shoreline is. You see how cars get stuck in it. You see people walking along the shoreline and like it's literally like half swallowing their foot or the mud's up to their ankle. And you're going to tell me Sammy was so certain that there was no tire tracks? And why is that, Sammy? Because you know that the car didn't go into the water till a much later date, or what?
Well, and remember Skidmark? Remember Skidmark doing his...
Dude, when he got scared at night, that shit.
That was hilarious.
I have it. I have all of his videos that he took. No, that shit's just... I can't even say it's laughable, but like, who told him to go look for all this shit? You know what I mean? Like, for a month, they were like, yeah, you go ahead and look for it because we're not. What?
The first video that he put out, the first like
took them a month to
45-minute or 1 hour video he put out crying about finding her laptop. You know, that video he made in his kitchen crying about it.
Yep. The next day.
I watched that video and I literally made a tinfoil hat and put it on and made a video.
Man.
That's when I was really new at YouTubing. It's the only time I ever put on a tinfoil hat, but it was because of him.
She says Tsunami works.
Oh man, he was the worst. He was a bad actor. really bad
And
acting.
it's just it's crazy that like at what point did her shoe and her sock come off? Was it when you were flipping her body? Like, this is what I would like to know. In the documentation between AWP doing their assessment of the vehicle and the FBI or whoever sending their divers down, because they had documentation cameras, like they have to record everything to protect their own officers. Plus, who was it? SF said that they were under the water with fucking selfie sticks. Isn't that what he said? That selfie sticks under there recording it?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you can't investigate it enough to see like when Kylie's shoe came off? Like, were they both on her when she was in the water before you flopped it over? Like what? Like, why is it because you guys did what you did that you won't release any of the information? Or how Stephanie Frickberg, you can see in the very beginning of the news, like I was paying really close attention to Stephanie Frickberg today, watching the helicopter view. And I noticed like when she comes out of the water and she starts fucking with that steering wheel, and clearly the car is in neutral. That's the only way those wheels are spinning freely, is the car has to be in neutral. Has to be, for those wheels to be turning in an all-wheel drive vehicle. Okay.
Right.
She walks away from the vehicle before they finish pulling the tarp up on it, and is when she takes off the top part of her bodysuit to show the red shirt she has underneath it, and takes off of her gloves. Then she goes on to grab the steering wheel, and I think that's the moment that the news realized that a diver / detective / whatever law enforcement was touching the steering wheel without any proper protective gear on, that they hurried up and zoomed away from her car like super fast.
Right.
I noticed that on the news as well. Like, oh shit, better not get her fucking grubbing up this steering wheel. Like all of these people fucked up an investigation, and they're not being held accountable. Like, so much happened in her case, and I don't understand why there is zero fucking accountability. Not from the teens and the young adults at the party, not any of the fuck ups of law enforcement. Oh, they got rewarded with $3.5 million and an MRAP that cost $450,000. And they didn't even find her.
And another thing, Miss W says, if the car was on, airbags would have deployed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the car was on and it hit that water, even going, you know what I mean?
That's
5-10 mile an hour, those airbags would have fucking deployed. Seeing the damage on the front end of her car,
right?
Why didn't those airbags deploy, or did they deploy and the impact at 147? And y'all, instead of, I don't know, did you take the airbags out of the car? What's that fucking fatality traffic collision? That's what's crazy, is the CHP report is literally being called a fatality traffic collision.
Right. And it takes over 2 years to write it. Like, that's not even funny.
And it was, SF says months ago, it's a wrap. Well, if it's a wrap, where's it at?
I don't think they're ever going to produce it, because it would be a lie.
It's because it doesn't match the autopsy.
It would be a lie, and once they produce it, then all of the records can get requested, because then it wraps everything up. And they're going to leave it an open case for all of eternity so that nobody can ever request.
And that's the thing, is Sammy Smith's claiming to be on the phone during the time that her car's sinking, and not once she didn't hear Kiely yell for help. She didn't hear her honk her horn. She didn't hear no panic in her voice that, oh no, my car's going in water. Come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Remember when MC Ultra tried to say, well, maybe she was climbing around and she kicked the car into neutral or out of neutral or something. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Theory MC Ultra.
Well, and I think that's why she was trying to explain away why the car was in neutral.
Right.
And just like the boys from AWP say, is if that car was in neutral before it even went in water, I mean, that's points to foul play.
But why is that narrative replaying about her car being in neutral. That was the whole narrative with Nick, the roadside assistant guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they obsessing about her car being in neutral? That's got to be symbolic of something. I mean, seriously, that's bizarre. That is bizarre.
Yeah, Megan was hyper focused on that neutral thing for the longest time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, she was just anything. She was balls to the walls trying to protect Scammy. Balls to the walls.
Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm so hungry.
You're hungry?
Ooh, so what? Yeah, I'm very hungry. I think I might have a tomato sandwich. Honestly.
Oh, I love tomato sandwiches.
Look, all my tomatoes are turning around. I need to do a live from my garden at some point.
Yeah.
So y'all can see how much my stuff has really grown up.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Dude, some of my cherry tomato, I call them cherry tomato trees because the way that I grew them and then I staked them and then I pulled the plant up, they look like tomato trees, not vines. They literally look like trees. But this one is like, it's taller than 6 foot because it goes past the 6 foot stake. I never seen a cherry tomato get as tall as these ones are, but they're doing good. All my tomatoes are doing very well. Some of them haven't even, like my purple tomatoes, none of them have started to colorize yet, but they're huge. Like my one, it has to be like 3.5 pounds. I'm waiting for that bitch. I watch it every day. I love it. I talk to them. But yeah, I have tons of tomatoes. I can't wait. Just wait, Sloggy. I'll go live at some point tomorrow, depending on, because we have all the storms coming in. Like today was hellacious.
Oh, we had some great storms tonight.
It was crazy though. Like we had tornado watches and warnings, super high fucking winds, clouds were crazy as hell, but like no rain. Shit was blowing through so quick that there was like barely any rain.
Was it hot?
Yeah, it was a very warm front that was blowing through. But yeah. I mean, it's been really hot here, so.
Yeah, same.
But it's crazy because you have the storm pushing up from Florida, from the Gulf of Mexico, and then we have this weird system that is pulling down from like Erie through Pittsburgh down to us, and they're kind of like combining and building it up, and it's been crazy. We were supposed to get rain tonight, but I don't know what's going on. I think it's the break between storms because we have 3 storm systems coming through. But it's crazy where I live. Like you can literally watch these storm systems go right past, right over. No rain, but I make sure I water daily because my cherry tomatoes got powder spiders on them. Well, you know what you do? You take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Take a teaspoon of that. Maybe not even that much. Half a teaspoon of that to like a teaspoon of dish detergent. And you make you a nice, real good spray bottle and spray your leaves. And it will stop your
Shan, you're so smart.
Mites from getting on them.
You're like a gardening encyclopedia.
Look, I had this weird church lady, she was like a pastor's wife or some shit, just show up at my house. I didn't know who the fuck she was. I had never met this lady a day in my damn life, okay? She comes here and she's like, I heard about your garden. I'm like, what is this? She's like, I heard about your garden. And I was wondering, and I'm not even joking with y'all, if you could help me raise my garden from the dead. And I was like, what? She think I'm like the garden whisperer. But she did. She came. I gave her all types of minerals and vitamins and stuff to help her with her garden. But yeah, it was a crazy situation. It was crazy.
That's pretty wild. That almost sounds like some weirdo from YouTube came and found you.
It was crazy.
They saw you on YouTube and then they found you.
I gave her all of these gifts and after I don't know, chatting with her about gardens and different bugs and different powdery mildews and stuff like that and what she could do to ail it, right? Like I was some fucking garden whisperer. I'm not even joking. Shit was crazy town. But I'm the type of person I love to help people. So I gave her tips, I gave her some medicines, stuff like that. And I had to get back to watering. Like I was halfway through with watering when she started talking to me, and I didn't want to be rude, so I stopped and chatted with her. So like she goes halfway to get in her car, and I'm like walking her through the lot to get to her car, and she stops mid whatever, and she pulls this fucking card out, right? And she says, she was like, what is your name again? And I told her Shanndah. I told her how she could easily remember it. And she turns to me and she's like, well, since you give me all these gifts, let me give a gift back to you. Do you care if we pray on it? That's when I made a mistake. I was like, yeah, sure. Look, for 40 minutes, I had this woman trying to spout off these scriptures that she was just, I mean, she was mangling them. I had to like help her out. For a pastor's wife, she should have known them all. But yeah, for 40 minutes, instead of her praying, I don't even know. I don't know if she was like, oh, I can sense the gay sin in her or what she was doing, but she was crazy town, y'all. It really was.
Weird. Have you watched any of the Olympics?
No, the only thing that I'm catching up on is the memes on X.
Man, the American runners cleaned up today with the gold medals.
Oh, did they really?
My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, like, the only thing, I haven't been on X all day today, so I'm not updated on that. But
it was freaking awesome. And watching the world reminded me with the SNL. So a couple of the SNL comedians are doing all this like Olympic stuff.
What?
Like 2 female SNL comedians and 2 males. Keenan Ivory West.
Wayans? Keenan Ivory Wayans?
Maybe, yeah.
Or whatever. Keenan Ivory.
The guy who's been on there for like longer than anybody.
Oh, Keenan and Cal dude. Yeah. Nickelodeon dude. Yeah.
Right, I think. And then I want to say Kevin Hart and him are like one team. And then a couple of women are the other Olympic correspondents, and they're great. They're funny. But it was amazing watching the men's races that the American won that was not expected to win, and he just freaking killed it. So there were like 2 Americans that were trying to take over the guy. I think he was from the UK. The fastest guy in the world. And so these 2 Americans, the one like beat him by a full 1/10 of a second, maybe. Wow. And got the gold. The other guy was literally 100th of a second behind him, allegedly. Like, I've never seen a photo finish like this. I think that they could take it to court and argue that the other American beat him too.
Yeah, I didn't watch any. I didn't watch the Olympics. I didn't watch the opening ceremony. I caught glimpses of it on social medias, but yeah, no, thank you.
It was phenomenal. And then that Brandy somebody,
and I don't watch Saturday Night Live either. I haven't watched that in years.
This American that won the 200-yard dash. I forget her last name. Her first name's Brandy, and she's like a Harvard graduate. She's just like amazing. And she won by a huge stretch. She killed it. But there were a bunch of them. It was very inspiring. But I was like so nervous watching that men's race. It was hilarious. It's like I was in it.
That's funny.
It was. I was like, what's wrong with me, man? I was just itching. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
I'm going to pause this right here because this is a lot of reading. I'm only on page 63. I will come back. What is today's Tuesday? Tomorrow I have to make a items list.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But today, I have to do an itemized list for the renovation of my bathroom and my living room.
Oh my goodness. That's
Phoenix
exciting.
will be leaving on Thursday. So I'm going to continue in some of my spare time working on the fire cams, getting some videos together. But I'm going to come back live on Thursday because I need to read some more of this just to get informed on what what I'm doing as far as like the fire cams, the people listed in them, and all of that. So I'll come back live on Thursday because I've already been live for 3 hours. I need to lay down. It's 2:00 in the morning.
You need to go make yourself a sandwich.
I'm going to make a sandwich and lay down. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we will come back on Thursday and we will finish reading this.
Thanks for having me up on.
And then tomorrow I would definitely go live from my garden. So sometime midday, something like that, afternoon, depending on the weather.
Well, you have a good night, and thank you,
too, honey. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for honoring Kylie.
Absolutely.
I just don't want you to feel the least bit self-conscious about what the person in the email said.
That's why I'm not worried. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything to hurt nobody. I'm trying to bring some justice for the victim. They're
trolling you, and they're trying to hurt you. They're trying to hurt you. It's the pot.
But yeah, I'll be dropping some shorts here. I'll be dropping some videos. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed, that your notifications are on. I will be dropping videos probably the next couple weeks, up until the 21st at least, because I have to get all these fire cams uploaded. Day by day, I will put them out. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and your devotion to the truth and justice for Kiely Rodni. Thank you for being here, guys.
Say her name. Thanks, Sham.
Yes. Thank you for being here, y'all.
Good night.
I love you so much. God bless. Good night.